we should be good now. All right. So, welcome back, one singular viewer. Um, so the tabletops, the world of darkness. We return yet again with a solo session, just Tinfoil and his character William. Uh, After the aftermath of the most dangerous game in the woods last Saturday. So
Wizard dick and bullshit.
so yeah, we're gonna see if maybe there's gonna be a little bit of time before the big season finale, if you will. So just kind of gonna see how William has some things that he needs to take care of before that finale, and we're hopefully gonna do that, or at least some of it today. So let me grab my notepad or my book, or whatever I can here. Like to have a Always like to have a book in my hands when I'm DMing. All right, so
Don't forget the cardboard in front of you.
I need, I need a big cardboard screen. I've always wanted one of those so bad. I always just like physical. I just do it ghetto and just prop some books up. All right, let's see. All right. I guess to do a little bit of a recap as to where we are now. Um, I love it. Drumstick is the singular viewer in the chat. uh, but all right, so yeah, where we are. So there was a big showdown in the woods. Lots of possessed, lots of things happened. Lots of shots were fired. Um, and needless to say, William got beat up pretty badly. He got pretty wrecked. Although he did manage to kind of sort of take John out with him too. But now Benjamin came along and carried William off to back to Dawncrest, back to the church. And currently William is resting and recuperating back at Dawncrest. So the story today is going to begin. It's quite a few hours later. It's the morning after right now, and mechanically, I've taken 1 point of lethal damage off of William's off of his health there, so he's a little bit better, but not much. It's 8 a.m. and William is still quite confined to his bed, is getting some rest. But I leave it up to Tinfoil now. Do you want to continue resting, or do you want to do things with only 1 point of free health?
You said it was what, about 6 a.m.?
It's, well, around 8 a.m. Just took that long to heal you.
I mean, I'm gonna do some shit. Can I at least sleep in until noon?
Well, you can, and so here's the thing. I'll have to do some to see if you can maybe recover another point of that lethal damage. Um, Now, okay, let me break this down. The aggravated damage that you've got, you're not gonna heal that unless you do some supernatural things, because aggravated damage takes about a week to heal. Each point takes a week to heal. So, yeah.
Fucking wizard shit, I know.
Yeah, but that one lethal damage, do you want to rest in and try to recover that one lethal damage so you have 2 health to work with?
Yes, I would.
All right. So we'll do that. Let me go ahead and mark that off. So okay, now I'm gonna advance time. It's gonna take, given the facilities there, it's gonna take about 6 hours. Um, so yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so about we'll say, well, let's see. We'll say about I'll be lenient and say about 2 o'clock. So it's 2 p.m. So it's still daylight, still afternoon. And your character right now, so right now for everyone, you know what I need? I need some health trackers to display to the stream. But William's health right now, out of his 8 health, he has 6 of those in aggravated damage. If the other 2 boxes of his health accrue aggravated damage, he is dead. There is no saving him. So with that in mind, what does William want to do today at 2 in the afternoon?
I want to hobble out of bed and look for my pants and put in a dip and and walk around and see where the fuck Benjamin is, see who's taking care of me, see what day it is, because I probably am a little bit murky on that. I just want to see who's here and what the fuck's going on.
All right, all right. Let me set some things up then, and let me get ready to do some dice rolls of my own. Just un momento. All right. So okay, go ahead and roll me, and remember. So because of your health, anything you do, almost everything, is going to have a -2 penalty. So just keep that in mind today.
Yes,
Um,
unless I want to burn willpower, I know.
yep. Um, or wait, no, not -2, -1. Yeah, because it's the third box, so you'll have a -1 penalty. So that's not so bad.
Rolling 5 dice for like wits and composure isn't so terrible.
Yeah, so yeah, go ahead and do that. And oh yeah, just real quick, your willpower is fully refreshed because your virtue is fortitude, and I think that was a pretty good show of fortitude last time.
Yeah, shooting off someone's ear and then spitting on them when they fall down to you with a hunting round in them is a good time.
All right, so okay, 3 successes. All right, so where you are right now is you are in the basement of Dawncrest. You've been down here before, and you haven't been in this little part of it. You're in sort of a room off to the side in the basement. It's a very large basement. But yeah, this looks to be like sort of a makeshift infirmary. What you can kind of see, there's probably where they bandage up anyone who's still capable of being bandaged. And there's no one in the room with you right now. It's just there's like two beds in here, and you're in one of them. The other is empty. There's just some equipment around, some medical equipment. But that's all you see in the room that you are in right now. And of course, there's a door leading out. That's it.
I want to go out the door.
All right, it is unlocked. So, in the other section, you are going to be more familiar territory. You can kind of see the area. The shackles, the cells. This is more the a couple weapon racks, which are mostly empty now. But yeah, no one around still, as far as you can see.
Well, I guess since I mean I've been here before, I
Yep.
would I would try to walk back to where I know like Benjamin likes to hang out. Check there first, and then maybe go upstairs.
All right. Well, okay. Again, nothing is locked on the way there. So go ahead. I guess you're gonna go upstairs. So, and of course get your pants and everything back on. That's all good. So all right. Give me a wits and composure real quick. All those 10 agains. All right. So upstairs, you're going to see again. It's mostly empty, but there is Benjamin, just kind of very always looking very intense, just kind of sitting there praying. And there's also there's another guy kind of wandering around. He's a younger guy with red hair. He's clean shaven, um, but he's just kind of like just doing things. Just he seems very busy around here. But that's the only people that you see around here.
I'd ask Benjamin how long I've been out for.
All right. Well, Benjamin, yeah, he's gonna look up and notice you're there. He looks very surprised that you're even able to walk right now. He says you must be one tough motherfucker, but he says you've been out since last night. It's afternoon now. He says that his one of his men, he kind of points to the redheaded guy who's just kind of off to the side. He's called Lewis, and he says he took care of you. He's their kind of their medic, if you will.
I thank him for that.
All right.
And
So, any questions for Benjamin, or is William just going to storm out?
um, well, I'd also thank Benjamin last night for letting letting bygones be bygones briefly and letting my friend go about her business. And you know what's happened in the interim while I've been like out today, and what's your plan? Because I think you and I both know whatever happened last night's probably not over.
Yeah, so Benjamin, to the to what happened the night before, Benjamin just kind of he scoffs a little bit, but he says there's bigger problems going on right now. He still doesn't really know what to make of of the girl, or what's going on, what your involvement with all of that is. But he says there's some shit going on, and you probably he says you probably you haven't listened to the radio or anything, so you should probably do that. He's like, Benjamin doesn't really quite know what to do right now. He's just praying.
And I'd also ask him, I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to the radio, Benjamin, but I'm going to do that while I eat some food. I'm fucking starving. And then we need to go check my friend Bill. I can't do that alone. I mean, I'm standing, but just barely.
All right, well, how about some persuasion? Gotta throw some persuasion in there.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and with all the with the penalties.
That fucking 2 dice, yeah.
Oh, wait, Drumstick just said there's some ear rape noise going on. Oh no. Oh no. All right, one success. All right. So okay, I'll give that. But so wait, real quick, out of so apparently Drumstick is hearing that ear rape noise. So but it wasn't happening last time. So okay. So for anyone wondering, I think I know what it might be. The only thing that's changed is I've plugged in my second monitor. I don't know why, but maybe that's doing it. Maybe there's some kind of wiring issue there. I don't know. But that's the only thing that's changed. So I'll work on that. I'll work on it later, but I thought I had it. All right. Anyway, so okay, we got one success. So Benjamin is going to agree. He's gonna go along with this, because he sees that you're not doing too well, and yeah, he says there's a well, he says there was a diner kind of more into town that he liked, but it's not really an option right now. So he's
Hence why, yeah, do y'all have like some bologna sandwiches here I can eat while slamming some coffee and listening to the radio? I would very much like to get caught up.
Yeah, so he's just gonna he's gonna show you to some they do have like off the side of the church there's like a tiny little kind of kitchen. All they really have is just cheap stuff, things you can kind of microwave, that sort of thing. Um, so yeah, like he'll show you to that so you can get some food in you. And there's also sort of a radio in there too. Uh, and he just kind of turns that on just while you're eating. And so while you're doing that, like, just give a wit's composure just for what your character can make out, as you're eating, and just how much you can focus, all that good stuff.
That one success, though.
Oh, all right. Well, what you will notice is that, like, as you're just stuffing food in your face, you are gonna notice that there's there's a sort of a lack of options. The radio, like, it seems like a lot of the local radio stations just aren't, they're just kind of dead air. Um, and that's you keep like Benjamin, he keeps kind of tuning it, and it's like all the local stations. I guess what he wanted you to hear is that there's just nothing coming out of the local radio stations.
And
But
I would have to say to that, wait, you mean there's no emergency broadcast, you know, signal. There's no civil defense signal. What the fuck is going on?
Benjamin, as far as he can tell, like, what's going on, any sort of emergency, like, nobody bothered to do anything with that. It's just like everyone got up and just left. Right? That's what he's saying. It's like everybody just got up and left.
What stations have you been able to get? Do any of your good old boys around here have like a shortwave set or a ham set?
Alright, well, he's gonna say that the non-local stations, those still work, and what they're saying is like a suspicious lack of reporting going on. The only thing that he can really make from other stations, things coming from like Atlanta and Savannah, the only thing he can make out is that they're kind of warning to stay away from Ashfield. That there's some sort of I don't know, some sort of a gas, some kind of gas leak or something's going on in town. It's all very vague and conflicting and suspiciously just it's not the truth, right? There's something going on.
Um, uh, have you seen any like military helicopters or heavy equipment like trying to set up a cordon? If they say it's a gas leak or something biological, they'd be setting up a quarantine. They'd be setting up roadblocks. Have you heard anything?
No, Benjamin, he says that's the also suspicious is that for all of that talk, there's nothing like that. In fact, it seems like authorities seem to be more in the dark. It seems more like maybe news outlets seem to kind of just be rolling with their own stories, and it seems like any sort of government involvement, it's curiously absent, or maybe they just don't know at all about it. It's again very strange.
Well, I'd finish up eating and say, well, let me borrow some sort of armament for when we go visit Bill and see if Bill's okay. Bill also probably has a CB or he probably has a CB ham and a shortwave set. So if there's anybody in town on CB or ham that's holed up, maybe we can get some information.
Hmm. He says it's probably a good idea. He's at this point he's willing to go along with just about anything. Uh, but okay, like as for weapons, like any kind of weapons he might have to spare, you're gonna have to make a persuasion on that. So let's see what you can do with two dice.
Jack and shit.
Yeah. So Benjamin is just gonna shake his head and say that no, the only like he so he did manage. So Benjamin, he did manage to he recovered your revolver, but that's about it. He doesn't really like because of recent events. He doesn't really have the firepower or anything to spare, and he doesn't really have much in the way of manpower to spare either.
Okay, I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, so you got your revolver back.
Well, I'd ask him if he's ready. Let's go see if Bill's okay, and try to get on comms with somebody.
All right. So all right then Benjamin is gonna he's gonna get up and take you out to his old truck, and again he's gonna help you out with this. So all right, you have access to his truck. You have him along with you. So I guess okay, like what's your plan exactly? Like, so where do you want to go first? And I guess like kind of more so like how about routing? Like, I mean, do you want to go like country roads through town? You got it's specific.
Country roads, and I was gonna ask Benjamin if he, since shit is getting so real, do you know any shortcuts? I can tell you where Bill's house, is geographically. Do you know any shortcuts or overland routes that will keep us away from any possible issues?
Ooh, let me see. Let me just do a little knowledge check on him real quick. All right. Yeah, so Benjamin, he does know some, he knows these back roads very well, and he can get you there. He can probably get you there a little quicker than normal, probably in half the time, as a matter of fact. And of course, his truck is made for these roads, so it'll be easy going. So I'll give you that like half time.
Well, I tell him, since you know these roads better than me, and I'm a little bit banged up, um, I'll let you take the wheel. I'm sure you can get us there, and let's go. It's probably closing in on about 3:30 or 4 now, I'd reckon. So I don't really want to be out doing this in the dark. I'm sure you don't either.
Yeah, yeah, he'll go along with that. And of course, he was gonna drive anyways. He doesn't like anyone driving his truck. But yeah, so he's gonna take you, and let me do like a quick, just a quick drive check here. Let's see, get my dice pool. Just a little drive check, make sure everything goes fine. Barely. All right. So yeah, along the way. So as you're driving through these back roads, and I guess give me a little wits composure, just see how much you notice along the way. All right, so that'll go for both on the way and there. So along these back roads, I mean, usually they're pretty quiet no matter what, but it's just completely silent. It's not a single other. Well, there are other cars. Like every now and then, you'll see like a truck or something just sort of by the side of the road with the door open. But no nobody in it, no bodies, no nothing. It's just very very quiet out here. And as you get closer up to Bill's house, you're gonna start going up the road leading to his house, and so okay, what you're gonna see again, going with that wits composure roll, is that the door. So like okay, the yard, the yard has several big holes in it, lots of chunks, lots of that chunky salsa, where all the fun stuff happened last night. Um, but other than that, like it's just dead quiet here, just very still. Um, it's but more or less, it's kind of like you left it.
I would I would tell Benjamin to stop the truck and follow me in on foot because my friend is very well prepared and I know the route to the house. So yeah,
All right. So yeah, Benjamin's gonna pull over and let you take point on this one. So you've got the lead here.
and as I get out of the truck, it's a whole lot of I put a dip in and draw my revolver.
Always ready. Always ready.
When I start walking towards the house on the route that I know is safe and just looking around and trying to just be aware.
All right. So I guess we'll go with a wits composure roll then, and I'll use that for what's coming up too. All right.
Yes.
All right. A moderately successful roll. So okay. Yeah. As you're kind of getting up there to the house and all that, again, it's mostly how you left it. There's just lots of bodies out in the yard. Lots of chunky salsa all over the place. Inside the house, um, you're gonna notice that there are a few bodies with bullet holes in them. But that's about it until you get further in, which I'll let you handle how you want to approach that.
Ooh. If there's bodies down with bullet, that means he opened the door and came out. Fuck. Oh, Bill. I'd sort of walk. I want to walk slowly, but deeper into the house, but slowly towards the downstairs to the shelter.
All right, so I guess reflexive wits composure for something. All right. Well, I guess what you're as you're going down there slowly and carefully. I mean, first off, you can see that the steel door, like even from on the stairs, you can see the steel door is open, and you can hear something, like you can hear some talking, maybe from further in.
I'd sort of say in a quiet manner, like out of the side of my mouth back to Benjamin, be ready for anything. And then I would shout, Bill, is that you, Bill? It's me, William. Are you okay, man?
Ooh. All right, let me do some rolls here real quick. All right. So yeah, you're not gonna. Well, I mean, okay, the talking kind of sound you were hearing, that stops, but it's just you're not hearing a response or anything. Um, it's just it gets quiet all of a sudden.
I'm going to continue descending. I need to know if Bill's okay.
All right, so I'm assuming you're gonna go all the way in there, huh?
Yeah.
All right, give me another wits and composure. This one's pretty direct.
Fuck.
Mm. So, okay, as you get down in there, you don't see anything at first. Um, there's again, like, this little shelter down there. It's got, it had like shelves near the front with all kinds of canned goods and all that, and the stuff is just everywhere. There's like shit's just been kind of, pulled off the shelves, thrown all over the place. It's a real mess down there. Um, and you don't see anything initially as you go in. However, remember there are there are some side rooms there, like a little living area and the gun room, of course. Um, but yeah, like in the main area of it, you don't see anything.
And what's the quality of light in the room?
It's very poorly lit. Very very poorly lit. Like there's like only like a single light bulb, and it's kind of flickering.
I mean, I know everything is shit show and all the stuff's thrown around, but could I just glance around and see if there's a flashlight or a lantern?
Ooh, there we go. All right, well, do another wits composure. Let's see if you can find a good one. Okay. Well, because this is a survival shelter, there are, in fact, with all the stuff that's on the ground, as you're kind of stepping over things, you will notice that there's a nice little flashlight on the ground. So there you go. I'll give you that one, and it works. Bonus.
Okay, I use that in my free hand, flip it on, and well, keep. What are the other doors doing to the side rooms and the gun room?
All right. Well, both doors are ajar, but for I guess as you're coming in the room, you're not going to be able to really see in there till you get closer to them, whichever one you want to go to. They're just sort of cracked.
I guess since it would present the biggest danger, I want to check the gun room first. Plus, it would have been a good place to retreat to.
True. All right then. Roll that wits composure. Let's see what's in there. All right. So as you get closer to the door and kind of peek into it, so the good news, you found Bill. Um, so Bill is well, he's kind of in the corner, uh, and he's his back is to you. He's just kind of like kind of curled up in the corner, um, and he got something in his hands, but you can't really tell anything more from here.
I would say, Bill, it's me, William. Are you okay?
All right, let me do some rolls for things. Well, he's not okay. So, yeah, like when you talk, he turns around pretty rapidly, and he's just kind of he's not looking very good. Like his eyes look kind of weird, and he doesn't look very healthy. But he's kind of like he like you'll notice his motions, his hand motions. He's kind of well, he's clutching his gun first off. He's got a pistol in his hand, but he's also kind of like one hand is to his head, and he's just kind of like shaking his head, like and the talking, he's kind of mumbling a little bit to himself.
Oh, Bill, put down the gun. You know who it is, Bill, and I know who you are. Put down the gun, Bill.
Ooh, let's see how he can handle himself. All right. Okay. Uh, so, all right. The thing is here, he doesn't. He sees you, definitely sees you, and he kind of looks at you, and he looks down to the gun, and he's kind of like banging his other hand against the side of his head, and he's mumbling, like he's saying something, like he's trying to talk, but it's just coming out like gibberish. It's most of it, like it seems like another language maybe, or multiple languages. You can't really tell, but he seems like he's kind of in there, kind of not.
How much? How close am I to Bill?
All right, the room is not that large. In terms of how close you are like within like 10 feet.
I want to try to edge closer to him and then disarm him.
Ooh, ooh, that's a brave move right there. Okay, let me see. And also as a reminder, like this whole time, so like as an aside here, Benjamin is right behind you, and he's got his gun. He's already like as you're kind of doing this, like as you're starting to do this, Benjamin is like he's just looking at this guy, and he's just he's got his Colt in hand, and he says it's this poor son of a bitch should probably just put him out of his misery. He's gone.
Don't do anything until it becomes absolutely necessary, Benjamin.
He's always got a finger on the trigger. So let's see if you can. So okay, like let's see. So to get closer to him without maybe alarming him, I want you to make a presence plus. Let's see. It would be like presence plus persuasion, which with the penalty, that's only 1 dice.
Willpower, please.
All right, there you go. You got 4 dice now. All right, all right. So you can slowly manage to get closer to him, and you're inching closer and closer. You're kind of able to get up like right next to him. And again, Bill this whole time is just sort of he's, and let me do another roll for him just for something real quick. All right. So yeah, Bill is he's not having a good time there. He just keeps like he's like his eyes are kind of getting wider as you're getting closer, and you can see him like clutching that gun, and just really resisting hard to try not to use it on something. But he's just banging his head with the other hand.
Just hold on just a little bit longer, Bill. I know you're in there just a little bit longer. And I'm going to, oh, fuck me, I'm going to regret this. I'm going to holster my gun. I'm going to need a free hand.
Well, all right. And you can do that in 1 turn too. That's nice. So whatever else you want to do, you can do it now.
Am I now close enough?
Yes, you are.
Grab the gun.
You're close enough to try to grab the gun. So is that what you want to try to do?
Yes.
All right. So okay. So to disarm him, I'm gonna do it similar to a grapple check. So it's gonna be a strength plus brawl, which that's 2 dice for you.
Willpower again.
Okay. It's 5 dice.
I don't want to shoot Bill.
Well, things happen. Things happen.
Fuck.
So yeah, like you try to make a grab for that gun, and you're gonna be wrestling with him a bit, but he's not letting go. And now I have to do another check for him for a thing, as this is all going on. Okay. So, okay, don't be too alarmed. Combat doesn't start yet. but, so Bill, yeah, he can't seem to let go of that gun, but his eyes kind of clear up a little bit, and he looks panicked. And he can't really speak, but you can tell that he's fighting something. He's fighting something really hard, and he's not getting violent with you yet. But he's not letting go of the gun either. He can't.
Okay, while I'm wrestling around with Bill, I'm gonna shout at Benjamin to dink him in the head with your big old fucking hog's leg revolver, dude. I need some fucking help.
All right. Well, okay, Benjamin. He's just been kind of sitting back, and yeah, again, he just wants to put a bullet in this thing. But he's willing to help here. So now, mechanically speaking, so would you want him to try to knock him out, or would you want him to go for the disarm? Or although that might not go as well. But
Pistol whip.
okay, we're gonna go for the pistol whip. All right then. Let me do some math here on that. So let's see. And there is mechanics. It's strength plus weaponry. So all right, all right.
Which that big old Gary Sue redneck should have plenty fucking of.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. It's strength plus weaponry plus the actual weapon. So let me see. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That man could push Daryl Dixon's shit in.
All right, let's see. Oh, he's got a lot of rerolls here. Hold on. He's got a lot of strength, a lot of skill, and a very nice Colt. So, okay, let's see. Got six. All right, let's see. Yeah, 6, 8, 9. So, okay, yeah, no, it's not even a contest. Yeah, Benjamin just slowly walks up. He just takes a look at this crazy possessed man, and he looks at you. He just shakes his head. He's already got his Colt in his hand. He just does a little spin, a fancy little twirl around his finger, and just quickly just slams it over Bill's head, takes him down in one quick swipe. Bill is knocked out.
Excellent. I mean, and he just like goes limp, and I get the gun away from him.
Yep, he is at your mercy.
I would put his gun, shove it in the other side of my belt, and I'd sort of say semi-seriously to Benjamin, "You're a Christian man. Don't you know something about exorcism?"
All right, so let me do a little check here on Benjamin for something. All right, so yeah, he'll kind of reluctantly just kind of nod his head, and he says that it's they haven't it's been quite a while since he's even witnessed that sort of thing, but he says that what's happening to this man here, what's happening to your friend Bill, um, even if we somehow manage to get that thing out of him, uh, he's not going to be the same. He's never going to be the same ever again. It might be more merciful to just put him out of his misery.
You're assuming he was all that well adjusted in the first place, Benjamin. Let's just hog tie him with some duct tape. And you said you were rather low on party supplies. I'm sure Bill won't mind if we clear out this entire room and put it in the back of your truck.
Nice. That's some good thinking right there. So I will allow it. So again, like what was in Bill's little armory was a whole lot of fun stuff. All the ammo you could want, weapons of all types, even the grenades are still there. So yeah, like all of that, I will say I will allow it. So you can take it back to Benjamin's truck.
Okay, and also while I'm basically shopping, well, looting. It's not looting if you're doing it for justice. I'd also like to just grab a little bag and get some duct tape. See if he's got any flares or a flare gun.
All right, so I'm just gonna okay. Let me add all this to the sheet real quick because I'd taken the other bag off. So we'll just say flares, duct tape. So you want flare, duct tape, and
some rope.
Okay, rope. All the fun party supplies. All right. So I got right now like the usual, I guess the same general loadout as the last fun bag, which is like 3 flares, a roll of duct tape, and rope, and I guess anything else like flashlights or.
Yeah, I want to grab a couple. I want to grab another flashlight and just some batteries for both of them.
All right, spare flashlight plus batteries.
And I guess I'm going to ask Benjamin, does he see anything around that he thinks he needs for the church? Because there's a very good chance we're not coming back here.
All right. Well, yeah, he's so Benjamin's gonna have a look around, and just gonna go ahead and gonna claim a few of those shotguns, uh, and even like since Bill had a nice rifle, he's gonna claim that too. He sees a lot that they can put to use for the Lord, of course.
Well, okay. Let's button everything up, haul it all up to the truck, haul hog-tied Bill up to the truck,
All right.
and I guess if we've got everything we need to restock the church,
All
we
right.
should roll back to the. Oh, wait!
Oh!
Fuck!
Here we go! Here we go!
I want to look around for basically a big radio. I'm sure he'd have one that would cover both CB and ham bands and the whole
Yes,
fucking
indeed.
deal.
Yes, indeed. So, just want to add that to the back of the truck.
Yeah, and we'll set it up when we get back to Benjamin's place.
All right, and I want to add one more thing that maybe you didn't think of, but like Bill's place is run entirely by generators. He has lots of gasoline. I don't know if you'd want any of that, but just putting it out there.
Yeah, we should take about 5 or 6 5-gallon jerry cans of that.
All right, all right. I'll just kind of make a note of that to the inventory of the truck, and I'm just kind of let me just make some notes here on the truck inventory. All right, so it's got all the gas cans and fun stuff. So anyway, all right, so everything is loaded. It's all good. The truck is more than big enough to it's got more than enough space for all of this. So yeah, you got all the fun. Hope no authority figures stop you with all this stuff. But other than that, it's all good.
We should tarp it for reasons.
There we go. There we go. Nice, nice. Okay, I'm just gonna make a note. It's tarped. All right. So all right then. All right. So you got your truck full of fun stuff. Benjamin is looking rather content, and he's at the wheel.
Full of fun stuff and a hog-tied Bill.
Yep, yep.
I tell him let's roll back to your place. You said you had a couple boys left. Let's get them to help us unload the truck, and I can set up the radio. I remember how from being in the army, and we'll see what we hear.
All right then. So let me advance time and do some rolls here just to make sure that everyone gets back safely. All right. So yeah, okay. So again, he's taking some quick routes, but given all the time that you spent, just loading things up and the house and all that, so as you're getting back to Dawn-Crest, like the sun is, as you're kind of riding along, the sun is, it's orange, it's going down now. It's getting after 5 p.m. now. It's quite a good day of looting for you, but yeah, eventually you're gonna make it back to Dawn-Crest, and it's again just unusually quiet. There's only like at Dawn-Crest you don't see anyone outside, but you can see lights on the inside that there are some people in there.
I'd say tell Benjamin they're your men. They listen to you. I'll start untarping everything. If you can get us any help, that'd be great.
All right. So yeah, he's gonna go along with it. No rules necessary. So he gets goes in and parks the truck, goes inside. It gets there's really only the guy you recognize, the other one that was the medic, Lewis. You just see him and the what looks to be the pastor of the church, and that's it. That's really all that the only help you got right now. But they're gonna start unloading the truck, and they appreciate all the party favors that you brought.
I'm sure my friend there would want them to be put to good use.
Indeed, indeed. But the pastor. So let me do a little check for something here, real quick, like just real quick, like. All right, yeah. The pastor, he's it takes him a while, like he's just helping with all this. He doesn't seem to like the weapons so much, but he does, he can't help but notice the tied up guy, and he's kind of wondering what's going on with that.
Does he just look interested, or does he actually ask me and Benjamin?
Yeah, he's gonna ask. He's going to actually ask because he is the pastor of the church, and he wants to know exactly what you're doing with this man.
I'd be very upfront with him. This man is my friend. We were in the Nam together, and he put himself in danger to help me out recently. And then, from what I can tell, something bad got inside of him. He's still in there. I saw it in his eyes. But I need some help from Benjamin and probably you, Pastor, that with skills I just don't have.
He yeah, so the pastor here, he looks very worried about all this, but he says he might be able to help, although that sort of thing, they don't really do that sort of thing anymore, but he can try. He can try. That's all he'll give you is that he'll try. And oh yeah, he does go out. He does go ahead and introduce himself. He's Pastor Jerry Patterson. He's kind of a heavy set guy. Doesn't look all that impressive, but that's the pastor of the church.
Oh, and I'd introduce I'm William. Thank you very much for your help, Pastor. And then just continue humping boxes with them into the church.
All right. So okay, again, it's gonna take a little while. It's like because of all the fun stuff in that truck. It's gonna take a few minutes to get all that in there. So the sun is gone. So now it's getting to be dark, and it's well after 5. Near 6 o'clock now. Um, so you've got everything inside. You've got
Where can we put Bill? I know they've got like some
they've got
cells and stuff.
yeah, they got plenty places for that. They got lots of cells and shackles.
I'd ask them to like put him in a cell and unduct tape him once he's in the cell.
All right, and he's unconscious, so no contest there. They're gonna take him down into the basement and they're just gonna give him his own little cell. It's just basically a plain basement room with it's got like bars, kind of like some barred doors, and some iron shackles to the side, and they shackle him up and unduct tape him. So he's taken care of, I guess you could say.
Okay, I want to start trying to square away the radio.
All right, and let me just do a little side roll for things, just things happening on the side. So okay, the radio. You have a nice big radio there, and of course there's plenty places to you can go wherever you want to hook it in and get it going. Although I mean, if you want for safety, you probably want to stay down in the basement with it. They have outlets down there.
I was gonna put it in the basement and then um, ask one of probably the Lewis fellow to give him the radio, the aerial lead, and tell him to walk it up up the stairs and sort of out the door a little ways because it'll be long.
Yeah. So all right, yeah, he'll help out with that. Um, and you get everything set up in a nice safe place in the basement. Get a chair and a table. Get everything all set up. And it's a nice radio set too. So again, let me just rolling for a little something in the background every turn now. Just things. Just never you mind. So all right. So you get all that set up, and seems okay. Like whatever you want to do now with it, it's good. And of course, Bill is still knocked out in his cell for now.
I want to turn it to the civilian band, the CB, first, and just very slowly scan through the band.
All right. So give me some of that wits and composure. Okay. So yeah, it's fairly quiet out there. It is surprisingly quiet as you scan it. However, you are gonna hear a little something it sounds maybe a little bit. The voice sounds maybe a little bit familiar too. Um, but you can hear someone talking on there about how shit, the world's ending, shit's gone mad, people are everybody they just got up and left. You gotta, now's the time to, you gotta get your guns, gotta get ready, and it sounds very familiar. And your character, since you did good on your wits composure, your character's probably gonna recognize it's Tom, guy who runs the very special hardware store.
Yes, that motherfucker. I I would grab the microphone on the receiver and say, "Ooh, now I get to come up with a radio call sign.
Nice, nice.
This is Crusader base. You copy this, and then release."
Oh, okay, okay. So you got your call sign.
I also imagine Benjamin glaring at me when I say that.
It would fit. It would fit. It would fit. Um, but yeah. So I guess first off, you're gonna have to do a little mechanically, just a little manipulation, or it's gonna manipulation persuasion, just to, I guess, to assure that you are friendly, right? You're not crazy.
Oh yay, 2 dice again.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun. Clutch dice rolls. That's what it's all about here. All right, all right. So yeah, it takes a little bit, but eventually you do get through. And yeah, on the other end, again, Tom is, you recognize him. Tom is he's a little bit he's very reluctant to even answer at all. Um, but he does eventually say something to you. Of course, he doesn't recognize you like right away. He's not gonna recognize. He sees a lot of people through his store, but he doesn't recognize your voice. But he is going to. He's gonna ask. Are you are you are you are you you're not under you're not under any kind of control, any influence, are you not? You still got your mind, right?
Yeah, I'm still me.
All right, so he's
Very nice to hear someone else that is also still themselves. How are you holding up? And what information can you share? I've been out of the loop. I spent the last 20 hours in a coma, and before that, I've been, let us say, out of town on business.
yeah, he's so yeah, he's happy to see other people out there too. But he's so what he knows, he's gonna tell you what he knows. What he knows is that people have just been they've just sort of been just kind of like losing their mind, just kind of just getting up and walking away. They've just been walking, just like tons of people. Like he was, he kind of went into town for a little while to check on things, and people were just walking down the street in one direction, just leaving town. They just like they didn't seem to pay any attention to anything or anyone. They were just all kind of marching off, and it seemed like from what he observed, it seemed like the whole damn town, the whole population of Ashfield, and even some of the people outside of town too. And some people have just gone crazy, just talking to themselves and acting real strange. And even he's like, he's paranoid. He doesn't even trust himself right now.
Other than the paranoia, is your position currently relatively safe?
Yeah, he's gonna say it's his store. He's back at his store, and it's about as safe as you can get. Yeah, it's anybody, any man or anything else, any communist, whatever the fuck, he's ready. He is ready to blow him away.
I would say good. Stay prepared. Uh, keep this channel open. I will get back to you soon. I must. I got to talk to the few of us that are left that I know of, and see what we can do with this situation. Over and out.
All right, he does his over and out, and yeah, he's goes back to whatever he was doing on there. But yeah, so you got some information. That's good. Let me just real quick, just roll in a little again. There's a little something in the background. Never you mind. So what do you want to do now?
Was Benjamin in the room to hear all this? Or
Yep. Benjamin and Lewis, they were all just kind of observing.
well, I'd turn around and say, well, that sounded like the fellow that runs the big boy hardware store that I'm sure you've patronized as well as me.
Yeah, Benjamin, he knows all about it. Old Tom Grady. He's good people. He's not he's not involved with their organization, but he's helped them out on many occasions.
Do you wish to leave him there, or would you like to try to bring him here? We could sort of use all the hands we could get.
All right, let me just roll for a little thing, just an aside. Uh, mm, mm. So yeah, no, Benjamin, and he thinks on it for a second, but no, he decides that no, old Tom, he can take care of himself. He's more than capable of taking care of himself, and if he hasn't gone crazy already, then he's probably gonna be fine.
Okay. If the entirety of the town left, we got to ask ourselves where they're going and where they are right now before they even get to where they're going.
It's a good question. Yeah, Benjamin. Well, Benjamin, he doesn't he doesn't know where they'd be going, but since he does know what they are, he says, well, yeah, he doesn't know anything about where they're going, but given what they are, they what he knows about them is they talk to each other a lot without actually talking. So if any of them, if any of those things knows something and they want something, they must want it really bad because now all of them want it. And he doesn't know what that could be, but he kind of looks at you and just kind of slyly asks, but William, do you have any idea what they might be after?
I have an inkling, but on one hand, I may know where they're going or have some idea of where they think they want to go, which means we're safe enough from hordes of whatever the fuck they are. But on the other hand, to sort this out, we may have to do a whole lot of going from a snafu into just an atomic clusterfuck.
Yeah, Benjamin. So he's not. He hasn't really dealt with anything like this, quite like this before. But what he's gonna say, like he's gonna be very blunt about all this, and he says that if an entire town, if demons have got a hold of an entire town, like it's not gonna be clean. This isn't gonna be there's what not really gonna be any helping them. That's like you can't perform an exorcism on every one of them, right? Like the people gonna die. He's just gonna tell you right now that if you want to deal with this, people are gonna die. A lot of people are gonna die.
A lot of people already have died. Did you not see all the goddamn chunky meatloaf on Bill's lawn?
All right, yeah, he just.
I'm well aware of the stakes here, and I'm at this point well aware of what has to be done, at least on a broad scale.
Yeah, he just wanted to, cause he remember, he knows what you want to do with Bill, and he just wanted to make sure. See, Benjamin's gonna say that he wanted to make sure because he knows that you don't quite have the stomach for the level of commitment that things like he does. He knows you don't quite have the stomach for that, and he wanted to make sure.
Bill's just one man, and I only ask because not only is he my friend, and we've been in combat together. The only reason he's involved in this, the only reason he wasn't just hiding in his goddamn basement minding his own fucking business was because I got shut up and called in an old favor to him. I owe him to get him back to as close as he was before.
All right. Let me do a little roll for something, and also a little side roll for another little thing. Just no, never you mind. Okay. So all right. Yeah. So Benjamin, he just kind of he just stands there, kind of thinking on it, and yeah, he nods his head, and he sees that you do, you care, you care about this guy, and he seems like a just man, and he does trust you, at least a little bit. So whatever you want to do here, he's all right with that. But he's just saying right now, like when it comes to everything else, yeah, he's ready to fight. He's ready to fight if he has to, and he's also ready to put Bill down if he has to.
I know you're willing to do whatever it takes. I think we've already done this dance once or twice. Am I right, Benjamin?
Yeah, Benjamin just he laughs a little bit, and he likes to, just likes to let you know where you stand, and just to make sure there's no surprises. He doesn't like surprises too much, and he just wants to make sure that if Bill can't be helped, that it's what's gonna have to be done. It's not like he doesn't necessarily want to even do it, but it's what has to be done.
And I understand that. But we'll do that when and if the time comes. Right now, I think we need to do the broad strokes things, don't you?
All right, yeah, he's gonna agree to that, and I guess he's gonna. So I guess here's the thing. I guess out of character here. So how do you want to like how to out of character? How do you want to approach this? Do you want to you want to try to exercise Bill first, or do you want to handle the broader problem, or do you want to do some things around town? Like, just where are we going from here? Let's get an idea.
I was going to see if the phone still worked.
Ooh,
Because
okay.
I want to call Iris. And Bill is on the list. But I understand, especially after all that shit that happened at his house and the goddamn horde of people that showed up. Bill is okay. Bill cannot hurt himself or others right now.
Yeah, this is true.
We need to focus on the broad strokes before all of us just get utterly fucked.
Oh yeah. So okay. Yeah, Benjamin. They do have a phone there. They're backwoods, but the church it's got to it's on the grid. It's got a phone.
Well, okay. I would tell Benjamin I'm going to go make a call and see if the lines are still up. I have one more party I can pump for information about this.
All right. And again, just rolling for things in the background. So, all right. The phone. Yeah, you can get to it. It's a nice. Just a plain old red phone. And the phone. It has a dial tone. You're in luck. You are in luck.
I'd punch in the number like that Iris gave me.
All right. So un momento here. Let me just do a thing real quick. Always doing the things. Okay. So the number. All right. You're gonna call that, and so yeah. There's so that's kind of the company number. And yeah, the company. Right now they you just get like a receptionist. I guess the usual procedure you'd have to go through is you get some random receptionist. You say who you are and who you want to talk to, and then they'll just discreetly transfer you over there. But this time around, no, it's a little different. Yeah, when you want to talk to Iris, the receptionist is they say she's currently out at the moment, but she can take a message.
Tell her that William Ashley called, and it is very important that I speak to her as soon as possible.
All right. Well, the receptionist takes a message, but yeah, she says, she'll just kind of add in there that that Miss Iris had left quite a while ago, going somewhere, going south, which that'd be in your direction. But yeah, so that's all the receptionist has for you.
I'd say thank you and hang up.
All right. So let me again just some background rolls. All right. So all right, phone call done. That's all good. And now I'm just gonna just roll a little something else here. Just background rolls. Never you mind. Proceed.
I'd sort of put my head down and be like, fuck. The way she made it sound, the last time they had any contact with her was when I saw her yesterday evening. Fuck. So that's a loose end. Well, I tell Benjamin that my contact wasn't any good. I can't get a hold of her right now.
He just yeah, Benjamin just kind of, he has that he probably figured the contact wasn't going to be any good. He kind of saw that coming. And just doing a little aside roll now, just a little something on the side. So so okay, like just real quick, while you and Benjamin are just talking it over there, and you were at the phone, and the phone is going to be like the phone is kind of off in that little side living kitchen type area, but you're just gonna hear well, give me a wits composure now for what you hear, because I've been doing some background stuff. All right. So okay. So you're gonna hear, yeah, you're gonna hear Lewis, and he's kind of off in the main area. And he's shouting, wanting everyone to get over there. Is something, something coming.
I'd grab a shotgun off the pile and some rounds to stuff in my pocket after like loading the gun, and I'd run out and see what was up.
All right. And so real quick, I need to put another shotgun back on your thing here. So let me see if I can add one here. So I guess there's a big pile of shotguns. So so what type of shotgun did you want to pull off, just for future reference?
I'll just take a regular like pump action now, nothing as fancy as the one I had.
All right. Let me just go ahead and let me add that to your character sheet and stat that real quick. I like to have everything ready. Everything is everything all good. And let's see, the bullet count on that's going to be 8 plus 1. Just keeping it standard. And let's see, strength require. Okay, let me just got the 9 again. Cost 2. Yep. And let me check something here. Oh wait, I just noticed strength requirement is 3 on that. You don't quite have the strength for it. I just noticed. I just noticed.
Ooh, okay.
Because some of these shotguns are only strength 2, but
well, I guess I'd feel that in character that I'm a little bit iffy at the moment, and I've got 2 pistols on me still technically from disarming. Bill.
Yeah.
I just go out and see what it was. Because I'm still a little bit banged up.
Okay.
It makes sense that I
so can't. Yeah, you know what? In character, it makes sense. It's that's something I guess it's should have looked into that before. It's like the generic shotgun, you can use that with just 2, but the more special ones, those armory shotguns, those are a little heavier. So okay, regular revolver. All right. So okay. I guess as you're kind of going up to the front, and Benjamin's going to be along with you, go ahead and roll a wits composure, and let's see what you see. All right. So up at the front, they're all kind of at the doors to the church. So yeah, like as you get up there, and Lewis is already there, kind of. He's got his little revolver with him, and he's looking real nervous. And of course, the pastor, he's back, just he's kind of in the back, like at the ready to hide in the basement. He doesn't seem to be a combatant, but yeah. So if you look outside, you will see a familiar looking car, and bold move. But Iris is just kind of standing there, trying to not look threatening. But she knows that they've got William.
God damn it, girl! I'd go out to greet her and fucking yell at her.
All right. Well, let's see. First off, some roles here from everyone else, because Benjamin knows, but obviously Lewis and the pastor they don't know what's going on here. Um, so okay, yeah, they're all a little bit they're all a little nervous, but they're kind of letting you kind of they're stepping aside to let you kind of take point there, and Iris is she sees you, and she seems happy at that, but she's more importantly she says that there's some shit has gone down, and she knows it's not the safest place for her to be. But she figured it was going to be a little empty because of recent events, and this is important. So she's there no matter what.
Well, judging by what I've heard from the CB and ham radios, every place around here is a little bit empty lately.
Yeah. So and let me do a little background roll here again. Because you're kind of like getting up, next to Lewis and all that, and they don't, they seem a little nervous at this stranger, and of course Benjamin is, he's just always ready, always got his gun ready, but he's staying his hand, and so Iris is, she's kind of looking at them and then at you, and she says that. So there's been a lot of cover up going on. The news, don't trust any news. The company is making sure that only what they want people to hear is being said. But basically, the entire population of Ashfield has been apparently they've all been possessed, and she says that they are on a march, just straight to Atlanta. Just going along the road, clogging up traffic, going through the woods. Just the whole town is just marching in that direction. Most of them, anyway. Some of them are still just not doing good, but she's got some concerns above and beyond just what's going on. She's got some personal concerns about all this too, and she'd like to talk, preferably with no guns pointed at her.
I'd sort of, say out of the side of my mouth, Benjamin, you and Lewis can go inside. I've got this. If she was going to wreck me or you, she would have tried by now. I need to talk to her for a little bit and get some more information about this. If they're really moving in such direction so fast, we have to figure some stuff out.
All right, so you're going to have to do a little persuasion, because Benjamin's okay with that, but Lewis doesn't quite know what's going on.
Okay, 2 dice again. Fuck
yep.
Me.
All right. So okay, you're good. Yeah. So again, Benjamin, he was, he's at least willing to humor this by now. But Lewis was he's just kind of like he's got his gun. He's looking nervous because he knows he at least knows he was probably at least partially involved with the last incident between the church and Iris, and he seems confused. He doesn't quite know what's going on. But if Benjamin is not taking up arms, then he'll slowly kind of take his hand off of his gun.
Okay, and they're going to go inside the church, and I'm going to go out and sit on the hood of the car and bullshit with Iris.
All right. So okay, you've kept the hunters at bay. So okay. Iris is gonna, when you're aside, so Iris is she's gonna break it down that these things, they're not moving fast. They're just walking. They don't really seem capable of much more than that. So it's gonna take them quite a while to make it back to to the city. But that's a concern. She's outright she's gonna say that when they get there, first off, the company is preparing for something, and she doesn't even know what is being planned. She's out of the loop on that, but the company is letting it happen. They're not they're not trying to rout them or anything. They're letting it happen for some reason, and she doesn't even know why. But there's a bigger concern that she has, and she kind of glances over at the church, and she says that in addition to all this, her her family lives in in the suburb around Ashfield. She's very concerned about that, and one of the things she's kind of in town for, after she dropped off a certain someone, was yeah, she wanted to make sure their family's not in that swarm, and if they are, like, she wants to kind of get them out of it, as it were. And she figured you'd probably be willing to understand and go with that.
I do understand, but also Ashfield wasn't. It's not a big town, Iris, but it's not a small town either. That's going to be a lot of fucking people. And my concern is, does the corporation really think that they can cover this up enough? This was a mid-sized town. I mean, how many thousands of people are in that fucking horde right now?
Yeah,
Someone's going to notice. Several federal agencies are going to notice. I'm so surprised that the National Guard isn't involved at this point.
Yeah, so go ahead and give a manipulation persuasion just to see how honest of an answer you can get.
Yay, 2 dice again. Fuck me. This is real MLG shit right here.
Yeah, the low roll hero. The low roll hero. There you go. Yeah, see? You can pull it off. You just gotta believe in the dice. The heart of the dice.
Plus, I'm starting to figure out how the physics work with the dice in fucking Fantasy Grounds.
Oh no, meta game in it. Alright, so to that whole thing, yeah, Iris is gonna, yeah, she seems reluctant to answer on this, but she will kind of come forward and say that the company, and not just the company, but maybe even more than that, even she doesn't know, they've got a lot of power and control, and it's the reason why, like, the media's, they're not reporting, they're reporting on this all wrong, and nothing's, law enforcement isn't quite acting like they should. There's a lot going on that's way above her pay grade, and she doesn't know, like, she doesn't even know how far it goes, but what she does know is that for whatever reason they are allowing this to happen. They're not, like, they're not sending out a squad of corporate soldiers to mow everyone down on the road. No, they're letting it happen for some reason, and that's a bit alarming.
Did you check your family's house yet?
No, she's gonna say that she's she dropped off, again, she seems a little reluctant to say it, but she's gonna go ahead and say she dropped John off at with Ellison, and then he took him back to Atlanta. She didn't really, it's just getting nighttime now. She didn't really have time to look around town just yet. She's just getting out, and she figured she'd probably need help. She'd need another body at least along with her, if she runs into problems, and she fears that she might run into problems.
Okay, God damn it, girl, you're gonna get me killed. Let me go grab my bag and a few things. Stay here, I'll be back in just a moment.
Alright, it's on. And see, look, okay, like right here, this is the conflict of being a lawful good character in World of Darkness, because doing the right thing is probably gonna get you fucking killed.
This is fine. This is fine. If I die, I'll either take it like a man or be a whiny bitch and throw the Geist book at you.
Alright, Iris is she's gonna wait by her car. And so now, I guess, what do you want to do here? How do you want to go about this? Everyone else has just kind of been, watching and listening from the or trying to listen in anyway from the church.
I'm gonna walk downstairs to the weapons pile, and I'm gonna sort of wave at Benjamin to follow me down. I need to talk to him.
All right, so Benjamin, he's gonna he's always kind of apprehensive, but he's gonna follow you along down there. He's very curious to know what exactly, what that thing said to you, and what's going on here.
So as I'm digging through the pile, grabbing some grenades, some ammo for my pistol, and putting not only some in the bag but some in my, jacket pockets. And also, is Bill's pistol a different caliber than mine?
Well, for his pistol, I was just gonna go with a just generic pistol, but yours is a revolver, so it would be a different ammo type.
Well, okay, I got different ammo and probably a couple of mags for it then.
All right.
And put the loaded mags for it like in my my jeans back pocket.
Okay. So let me real quick. Let me stat this real quick, and let me stat the gun and the ammo real quick, like. And I'm just gonna go with a. Let's see his would be a light pistol. I don't have the specifics. The only thing I specifically done is shotguns so far, but I'll have to get on those other ones. So let me just
And we may have fucked that up with the strength requirements.
yeah, that's
It happens.
yeah, that's the thing. But you're good for any kind of pistol. It's just man, like the armory. So like out of character, like meta here, the armory, the guns and everything in the armory, they tend to be a little higher requirement and higher cost than the normal generic stuff. Um, but I mean, of course, they're better, you know. So let me just get the bullet count here. So the clip on this is gonna be 17 plus one, is the clip, and let me just put 18 there for your bullets.
So he was an early adopter of Glock then. Well, no, it would technically fit in the 1980s. They started pushing pistols to market in the early 80s.
Yeah, it would fit. So, and
and
just generic.
and today you learn, kids.
The more you know, the more you know.
For anyone else that plays, I'm gonna be the guy that helps double stat weird shit out of the armory book, or add weird shit and stat it. You can thank me later.
Yeah, that's just keeping me on it, keeping me on it. So, all right, I got your pistol there, and for ammo, because right now you don't have any ammo. So let's say you're gonna carry like what, a box, not to get overpowered here, like just a single 25 round box of each, we'll say.
Yeah, and like I said, the two loaded magazines for the the pistol.
All
And
right.
also, while I'm going through and grabbing this, are there any speed loaders for my revolver?
Ooh, crafting. Well, I'll say this: like, I hadn't planned it out. I hadn't planned for that yet, and you're gonna probably not the time to go crafting things onto your gun right now. So we'll handle that later. We'll say.
Okay, yeah, we'll hit up the army book afterwards. I'll just say I'm gonna put the box of Magnum rounds like in my murder bag,
All
but
right.
I'll also like pop open another box and grab a handful of like 6 or 12 and just shove them in my pants pocket.
All right. So I got it. Got what you have on hand already. And yeah, like, so when it comes to the pistol stuff, like I haven't really, like, I don't think I haven't really statted any, like, I've statted the different shotgun types of ammo, and I've got like armor piercing rounds for the rifles statted, but I haven't really been statting anything for the pistols just yet. Like
I mean,
special stuff.
yeah, that's fine. And there's a chance I won't even use Bill's pistol, but no, I'm not going to be caught with my dick in my hand.
Yeah, just always be prepared. That's the motto for World of Darkness.
Got a new murder bag.
Yeah. So okay. Uh, Now, with your new murder bag all ready, and you got plenty ammo, you got your guns all good to go.
And like 3 grenades. Please remember grenades.
Yes. Let me just add that real quick. Let me put that let me put 3 grenades just at the front of that, and it's gonna be in the bag, right?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. All right, that I have everything in the bag all statted on one line. It's good to go. Um, and you still have the flashlight too, which I guess we'll just, it's all good. It's all in the bag. It's all
Murder bag.
yeah. I kind of love it how in this game, like, if you really, like, if you don't want to be caught unprepared, it just, everyone should have just a duffel bag full of shit all the time.
My body is ready.
All right.
And since Benjamin followed me down, I would basically Benjamin. I have to go help her do something. And it's not for who she works for, it's for her. And, there was one thing I didn't tell you about her. One of the reasons I like her or don't think she's just a beast. You remember I told you she was just turned one day, right? And just woke up. Side of the road, bad shit happened, and all of that.
Yeah, Benjamin's just kind of, he's kind of giving you the look, but yeah, he's nodding.
Well, that was relatively recently. She is still, for all intents and purposes, only like a 19, 20-year-old girl. She still has a human family that she is in contact with and cares about her. And that human family lives in the suburbs of Ashfield.
Ooh, let me just roll for a thing here for Benjamin, just a thing real quick. Yeah, so Benjamin, as he's hearing you say this, he's just shaking his head, and like he's just kind of saying it's a wonder. It's he's just surprised that the thing hasn't already killed its whole family yet. That's usually the first thing they do.
Well, Benjamin, have you ever considered that the only thing you've ever really learned about these creatures, you've just learned pointing a crossbow at them or setting them on fire or shooting them with a 12 gauge? I doubt any time you've ever all had them tied up in your fun little dungeon, have you asked them about their biology or what they do on a day to day basis? Have you tried to learn about what they're like?
Yeah, Benjamin is yeah, he's hearing you, but he seems very set in his ways, and it's he kind of he lays it down there that he's he used to have he says he used to be a more open-minded person, but he's seen too many things, and he's too many people he knows they've been killed by these things. And he says that anytime that he or his men, anytime they've ever observed any kind of monster, it's always been killing and or eating people. That's all he's ever seen. And he likes to take it safe, and he likes to put things down before they become a problem. He's sure that some scientist in a lab coat would love to sit down and have a chat and study these things, but in the meantime they're murdering, and he's not gonna stop believing that just over one, right?
Well, I don't have time to try to change your mind, Benjamin, and I don't even know if I want to. My point is, I'm going with her to return favors she's done for me. And her family is alive. If they are alive, I'm going to bring them back here because it's safe here. And her family's not a monster. Her family's like you and me. And they need a safe place through all this shit. And I would like to think that since this is still a church, this is a safe place for people.
Yeah, he's not too happy there, but yeah, he sees your point, and he's gonna just nod his head. He's sure the pastor would probably be on your side when it comes to that sort of thing, because it is still the pastor's church after all. um, but yeah, he's not gonna stop you or anything. But now, so Meta, out of character here, do you want to try to convince him to go with you, or you gonna go it on your own with your 2 boxes of health?
Well, Meta would be. I think this would go poorly with him. He does not like Iris.
The thing is, like, Benjamin is, you just don't know which way he could go on certain things. He's
And in character as well. I know he's not a big fan.
Yeah,
Plus, he's another out of character. He's another DPS out character like me.
yeah.
I don't want to leave the church by itself with Bill fucking trussed up in the bottom with some sketchy fucking kid and fat old fucking pastor.
Yeah, that might not go so well if things happen. So I see your point. I see your point. So okay, we'll leave it at that. That just Benjamin, he's willing to at least just to offer shelter here. Him and the pastor, yeah, they'll go along with this.
Okay, and well, okay, thank you, Benjamin. And well, I'll try to come back alive. and then I start trooping up the stairs.
All right. Yeah, Benjamin, as you're going out, he's gonna say, make sure if you come back dead, you'll be the first one to put a bullet in you.
I sort of say over my shoulder, I wouldn't expect anything less, but
Nice,
it probably wouldn't be that easy. And then keep walking out.
nice, nice. So, all right. So okay, the church is squared away, and it's around. It's around 7:30 now. So, all right, you got a free shot. They're just gonna leave you to go about your business. Just the pastor and Lewis. They're like Lewis is just kind of guarding things. He's helping to guard things. But yeah, so you're just leaving them behind. Iris is at her car. She's ready to go. She's absolutely ready to go, like now.
I'd say, I'm a little bit too banged up to drive there, Iris.
Mm. So let's see.
You're wheelman, and as I start to get into the car, I tell her, you better hope that your family is still your family, because it's going to take a whole lot of bullshitting from me to get them in here if they're not.
Yeah, she's very sure. Like she doesn't want to think about if they're not if there's problems. She doesn't want to we'll get to that when we get to it. Is her policy on that? But she's also gonna be like as you kind of get to the car and you get in the other side. She's gonna be noticing that because okay, like the way your health is right now with all that aggravated damage, like William looks like shit, absolute shit. Bandages and like stapled shut wounds, kind of maybe bleeding a little bit. So Iris is gonna take a look at you and see that you're barely hanging on, and she seems a bit she's thinking on something, uh, and she just seems to like seems like she's about to say something, but she just kind of tables it for now, and just starts driving. So let me do some. So you think if there's anything you want to do during the drive, think of that now. I'm just gonna do a drive check real quick.
I'm just going to be looking around. I'm going to put a dip in and just observe.
All right. So some amount of time passes. It's getting closer to 8 o'clock now. And let me just adjust some things. All right. So okay, they eventually you start getting up into the suburbs around where you had dropped her off once before. All that time ago. But this time things are kind of reversed around a bit. But all right, so as you're getting up into that suburb, Iris is again as getting closer to her parents' place. She's thinking and looking over at you, and again just sort of thinking about some things. And eventually, you pull up to the driveway of her house, and she kind of parks it there for a minute and does some real thinking. And I guess go ahead and do a wits composure, just like what your character might notice here. All right. So what you're gonna notice is the like in general this suburb area. There's a lot of cars with their door open around here. There's no one around, but like the house that you're parked in front of, the door is shut. It looks normal, but the neighborhood doesn't. It looks a little off. But here you are, parked in front of this house.
I'd look over at Iris and say, well, let's not waste time. And I start opening my door and pulling out a flashlight and my Magnum.
All right. So yeah, she's got a she has a pistol, but she always has that pistol with her. But yeah, she's just gonna kind of look at that, and she's just gonna go ahead and like she just kind of unholsters it, and she actually just sets it on the dash of the car. She doesn't really want to go in with that. Not here.
I'll try to I'll try to keep it calm, Iris, but I'm going to be prepared. Not all of us can just lawnmower things.
Yeah, she's like she just looks at you and she says that no, like she's got a stare on her face, and she's no, she does not, she's not gonna have that. Like, she knows that it might not be pretty in there, but she's not gonna let you kill her family. She's not gonna let that happen, even if it's real bad. Like she's not gonna let that happen. She's just letting you know that right now.
Can we just do this, Iris? I'm not feeling the best. And I
Yeah,
feel real vulnerable out here. I just want to get this done.
yeah. So she's just gonna kind of take a moment and nod, get out of the car, and she's gonna go ahead and start going up to the house, just kind of slowly, carefully walking along. And before she does anything else, is there anything your character wants to do, or see, or notice, or now's the time?
Just another wits and composure.
All right, throw them dice down. All right. So okay, all right. So like Iris, she's getting to the door, and you look around. Um, you maybe like there's lights on in the house, and you see maybe you see a shadow maybe moving. Again, it's quick, but you're pretty sure you catch a shadow moving across the light from inside. But other than that, you can't really see too much.
I just told Iris to lead the way.
All right. So yeah, she's just gonna go right up to the door, and she's gonna knock on the door. And let me just do a little roll for a thing real quick. Mhm. So yeah, there's no answer coming from the door. There's no answer at all. You don't really hear anything. So she just kind of, she doesn't look too happy about that. But she waits for a minute, and then she just kind of tries the doorknob, and it's locked. So yeah, she just kind of takes a step back and just does one quick motion and just knocks the door off its hinge. It's not too hard for her to do that. So yeah, doors open.
Well, if there's anyone left in the house or the neighborhood, they certainly know we're fucking here now.
Yeah, Iris is not too subtle. But yeah, so she's just gonna go. She's gonna start going in first. She's gonna, she wants to know what's going on here. So unless you're gonna stop her or do anything on your own, I'll let her take point.
She's leading the way. It's her house and her family.
All right. So let me do some checks here. Checks for all the things. All right. So I guess what you're both gonna see too is as you go along in there. um, yeah, the house is it's mostly neat inside. It's just a neat little suburban home. Some crosses up on the wall. Couple things like that. The old Jesus over the door archway. But yeah, like it doesn't really seem like there's much off in here until you can you hear something, like you can hear something. It's a two-floor house, and you can hear maybe some rumbling footsteps upstairs, but no one downstairs just yet that you can see anyway.
I'd, I'd ask Iris if she heard the noise upstairs.
Yeah, she kind of just nods. Of course she did, but she's taking it slow in here and just kind of looking around.
Yeah,
uh,
let's clear the first floor first, and then do the second.
all right, so now I guess since the second floor can wait, so now give me a wits composure, and let's see how well you can help clear things out down here. Let's see what you find. All right. So as you're kind of going around the first floor, and Iris is kind of looking around too. Um, Again, it seems very clean, very neat. It doesn't really seem like there's any problems, except there is like in the dining room, there's some plates with food on it, just kind of sitting out. It's a little bit odd. And as you're going around, there's a few closets in the house, and you can hear a little something from the closet. um, just something, like something moving maybe, from one of the closets, and the doors are closed.
Um, like I turn on my flashlight and open the door.
All right, gonna go for it then. Just gonna go for it. All right. Uh, and I guess as far as your weapons go, like at the ready as always, or just getting a picture here.
I'll have to set down the flashlight or the pistol to open the door. I'll holster my pistol.
All right, there we go. So you got to think about it. You know, like that's one of those things, right? You don't think about it. It's like, wait, if I'm holding both, like how would I open the door? All right, so okay, pistol holstered, just the flashlight. Then go ahead and give me another wits and composure. All right. So now let me do another roll here. Congestion. So okay, let's see. The rolls are doing interesting so far. So okay. As you kind of slowly open the door, you hear that little rumbling inside. Um, and it just okay. So now just immediately a very small figure, a child, just kind of just bursts out of the closet and just starts running. Just starts running immediately, like pushing past you. Even like that's what they're gonna start doing. So how do you want to react here?
I'd I'd spin around while at the same time, shouting Iris and try to grab him by the collar.
All right, well, you're gonna have to make a grapple check.
Yeah,
All right, let's do it. So strength and brawl with the penalty.
which is a whopping 1 dice.
Or no, two dice for you.
Oh, 2 dice. You're right.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're hurt, but not that bad. All right. So okay. It's a successful grapple for right now. Although let's see, it is gonna be contested though, and let me see how I'm gonna figure this. Hmm. Hmm. It's only a child, so they're not gonna have a whole lot of dice, and it's minus your strength. So yeah, it's gonna be a chance roll for them. All right. So hey, look, William is stronger than a small child. There you go.
I would fucking hope so.
All right, so yeah, you managed to kind of to get a hold on this kid as they try to run past you, and they just start flailing and screaming. And Iris is kind of very quickly coming back in the room. Just she was checking another part of the house, and she immediately just says, William, fucking stop that! That's her little brother. So she wants you to put him down.
I'd let him go then.
All right, so yeah, the kid, the kid immediately just like second you let him go, he just runs straight for Iris and just hugs her. Like he doesn't seem, at least so far, it doesn't seem like he's acting too strange. Seems like he's okay.
Uh, So, Iris, that's one accounted for. How many are supposed to be left?
All right, so she's gonna take a like real quick. I'm just gonna do a little roll here for something. Yeah. Well, yeah, she's just gonna kind of just take a quick look over at him, make sure he's not his eyes aren't glazed over or anything. Once he passes the check, as far as she's concerned, anyway. Yeah, she just kind of keeps a hold on him and says is her parents should be here, and she kind of she's gonna go ahead and ask her little brother like if he knows anything, and like all he knows is that everybody's just acting very strange, and that that their parents, their mom and dad, they started acting really strange like everyone else, and he doesn't know. He just hid in the closet, like he's been hiding in the closet basically.
I'd sort of look at her and then look towards the stairs.
Oh, it's that moment. So yeah, Iris is Yeah, she's looking at the stairs too, and she doesn't look very happy about this. She very concerned, but she just kind of so she she kind of keeps a hold on her brother and says just tells him to wait down here. So yeah, gotta check upstairs. It's gotta be done.
And I'd tell her lead the way because if I've learned anything over the last day, it's gonna take someone they recognize to even pull them out of it, even a little bit.
All right. So on the way up, and I'm like, okay, let's see, how's the positioning here gonna be on how you want to proceed up those stairs and what.
She's going first. This is her shit show. I'm
All right,
helping, but this is her
and
shit show.
all right, gonna be very careful, and I guess William's just gonna be on point, keeping an eye on anything happens. He's extra attentive, we'll assume.
Yeah.
All right. So okay then, yeah, on the way up, let me do a quick check here for a thing. All right. So okay, and let me just do another quick check for a thing. Mm-hmm. So okay, on the way up, you hear that kind of thumping and rumbling coming from one of the rooms. Um, and it seems like I guess she's very anxious about what's coming. But yeah. So like you come up to one of the doors, and it's not the bedroom, it's the bathroom. There's like an upstairs bathroom, and you can just hear some rumbling and like something kind of in there that it seems to be maybe panicking or something. And you're both just at the door now. So how you want to proceed here?
Does the door open in or out?
All right, the door.
Probably opens in since
Yeah,
it's an interior door.
yeah. It opens in, but how do you want to proceed here?
I'll tell Iris to open the door basically quickly, and I'll queue up on the side with my flashlight in my hand and sort of say, I can probably subdue whatever happens. I know you're not going to like it, but hitting them with a mag light is a hell of a lot better than shooting them. I think you can agree with that.
Yeah. She's gonna, she again doesn't like any of this, but she's going to agree to that. Uh, and yeah, she's gonna go ahead and very carefully open the door. And it's at this point. So okay, now gonna do some wits composure some more. I'm gonna do some other wits composure rolls for things. All right. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So yeah, the moment that the moment the door is even open a little bit, like there's something like hands just start hands just start grabbing for the door, just like someone's trying to pull it open from the inside. It's one person, only one person, but someone's trying to pull it from the other side. You can't really see who yet.
I'm just still queued up and ready with my flashlight.
All right, so yeah, Iris is going to carefully, because she's very strong, gonna carefully just push the door open, kind of shove whoever's there back a bit. And so now I have to do another wits composure. Now that we're in full view here. All right, so yeah, Iris is gonna take one look and say, "That's not my parents. That's someone else."
Then their ass can stay in the fucking bathroom.
All right, so yeah, okay. Well, since they've been pushed back, it is no problem to just swiftly close that door and just lock it right again. So there you go. Apparently, they don't know how to open locks. This one doesn't, at least.
Check the next set of rooms then, Iris.
All right, and let's go with your. Give me a wits composure too. We'll assume you're all looking, and you do have the better wits composure still, even with penalties. All right. So the rest of the house, it's relatively clean, very nice, but there's no one else here. That was it. That was all.
Slump against the wall. Well, we might have a road trip ahead of us then. I mean, where else could your parents be? What about the garage?
Hmm. Well, yeah. So, she's gonna say, well, maybe we'll check that too. But, yeah, if they're not here and that thing's there, it probably means the door was open for at least a while. Um, so, yeah, she figures they probably, if they're anywhere, they're unfortunately probably with the rest of them, and that's not good. That's not so good.
I'm very aware of that.
All right. So I guess the other thing is to check the garage, which that hasn't been done yet, but just to be thorough. But I guess like you're gonna have to go back down through the main area, which our little brother's still down there. So I guess how do you want to handle him, and how do you want to search?
The little brother is straight up her goddamn business. I'm sitting here pulling stitches apart.
All right.
Let her handle her brother how she thinks is necessary, but I don't think if there's anything in the garage, he should come with us there. I think he should chill for a goddamn minute.
Yeah. Just leave him alone, all alone.
Tell him to holler if something bad happens.
All right, there we go. Okay, so all right then. I guess give me another wits composure for the garage, and let's see how that goes down.
Like shit.
Well, yeah. So like as you're going to the garage, you're not gonna notice anything out of the ordinary. Um, it's just it's got it's like a parking garage, and the door. There's both a door connects from the outside and the inside. Um, I guess you're going from the inside, we'll say, but because that'd be the quickest way to get there and easiest. But yeah, you're not noticing anything out of the ordinary. The door is closed. It's not locked, but it's closed.
The car is not there.
Well, from here, again, like the way this is going to be set up, like you're kind of going in from the inside. You can't really. It's a solid door, but and from the outside, like the garage was closed, so you couldn't really see either way.
Well, I have to go into the garage.
All right then. I'm just making sure, like, just there's nothing on the way. Like, your character didn't hear any noises or anything. Well, obviously, you didn't hear much of anything. But all right. So in the garage, no wits composure necessary. It's a very normal garage. Just very basic, some very very basic hardware stuff. You've got better, and just a van, and that's or no, not a van. Of course it would be a Lincoln, a station wagon.
Well, I guess I turn around and you know tell Iris that no one's in the garage. Your parents' car is still here. Nothing seems out of place.
All right then. So, well, she's not happy about that, but at least her brother's safe, so that's good. Yeah, she wants to get him somewhere a bit more safe than this, of course. And for her parents, yeah, she's having some issues thinking about how they're gonna resolve that. But for now, she just wants to get her brother somewhere safe.
Well, let's get him back to the church then.
All right. So it's again, since there's no issues here just yet. Although let me just a little, another one of those roll for a somethings. I love my rolls for a something. Just always in the background, something's happening. Who knows? Who knows what? Well, okay. On the way out, on the way out, so yeah, like as Iris is getting her brother in the car and all that. Um, so okay, like something's gonna happen, but now let's see if you notice it happening, because Iris is a little busy. So let's see if your character notices it. All right. Well, yeah, you're gonna pretty easily notice this one then. So like, there's someone like just walking down the sidewalk, just one person, just kind of shambling down the sidewalk, talking to themselves, and they see you. They've seen you, and they are like wherever they were going, whatever they were doing. The moment they saw your face, they just looked angry, and they're just like quickly shambling at you.
I'd flip my flashlight on him while saying out of the side of my mouth, "The Iris, you recognize this person?"
All right, let me do a little roll here. Yeah, she kind of looks up and no, she doesn't know who the hell that guy is. Probably just some neighbor.
Well, whoever he is, he doesn't look super happy to see me. Can we please get the fuck out of here?
All right, yeah, and he's a good ways away still. So yeah, she's gonna go along with that. So let's see if you can all safely drive out of here with no issues, no complications, no problems. Let's see how that goes down. You got out safely. Okay, so yeah, all right. So yeah, Iris, once you're all in the car, like you're in the front, her brother's in the back seat, and once you all are out of there, yeah, she quickly once you're in there, like she quickly steps on the gas, gets you out of there, and you start leaving the suburbs behind. Start going back on your way back to the church, and it's around 9 o'clock p.m. now. So you managed to get out of there with no issues and no bloodshed.
Which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you noticed the guy shambling towards you. I'll say that right now.
Them clutch rolls. Them clutch rolls.
Yeah. So I guess on the way back to Dawncrest, does William have anything he wants to observe or say on the way back? Because it's like a good 20 to 30 minute trip.
Just my regular kind of observing. And where's the kid seated in the sedan?
Like he's just kind of behind Iris, and kind of maybe kind of behind her and kind of in the middle. He's squirming around, but he's fine. He's just kind of scared.
I guess I'd sort of look back and say, "So what's your name, kid?" "My name's William. I work with your sister."
Time to meet the family. All right. So yeah, the little kid. Let me just do a little roll here for him, just for something real quick. Just make sure he's on point and not so scared out of his mind. So let me my dice. There we go. Okay. So okay, he's not so scared he can't talk. He's maybe slowly getting calmed down, because when you met him he was really fucking scared and out of it. But yeah. So this little kid, he's just kind of gonna look at you. He's looking at you and then looking over at Iris and then back, and he's not sure because he's been told in school, stranger danger and all of that. So he's not too sure if he should talk to you. But Iris is just gonna kind of nod to him, and yeah, he says his name's Ricky.
Well, nice to meet you, Ricky. So you said not only did your parents, but all the adults around your neighborhood started acting funny. Do you remember anything else?
Yeah, so the kid, he's kind of reluctant to answer anything, but yeah, he says he eventually kind of says that all the it was just it was just a normal day, but then all the adults just some of them, well, not all of them, but some of them started acting strange, and then a lot of them started acting strange, and then his parents, his mom and dad, they just kind of they just started acting strange too, but they were talking to themselves, and the last thing they said to him was just to go hide, and that's all. He's been in the closet since then.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Ricky. It was very helpful information. Me and your sister are taking you to a safe place, and then we're going to go try to find your parents.
All right. So yeah, again, he doesn't really seem to like talking to you too much. Maybe it's maybe it's all your battle damage. It's kind of scaring the kid a little bit. But yeah, he's just kind of like back there, like kind of hugging to the back of the seat up against Iris. Wherever she goes, he's okay with that. But yeah, so he's gonna stay quiet back there for now.
But that I think that's about all I have to say.
All right.
I just sort of want to, sit and observe and wait for the shit show that's going to be peeling this kid off his sister so me and his sister can go look for his goddamn parents.
Oh, it's always you add a kid into it, and oh no, oh no. But at least it's not an escort mission. So all right. Again, drive checks were okay, so it's an uneventful ride back to Dawncrest. And once you are back at Dawncrest, I mean, no roll necessary. It's pretty much how you left it. Um, and Iris parks the car out front, and she kind of gets out, helps her brother out, and she said, just tells him to go in there and follow William, and they'll go on in there, and they'll take care of you for now. And of course, let's see how the kid's gonna react to this real quick. Let me see how he's let's see how it's down to a chance roll now. All right. So yeah, the kid he's not happy about this. He's not happy at all. He doesn't wanna leave, but yeah, if his big sister trusts you, even though you look all scary, maybe he should listen. But he also really wants to know, like he keeps wanting to know like where their parents are, and Iris can't answer that. But so it's kind of hard to peel him off of her. But he's not too hard though. So does William have anything else to add here, or?
No, I just sort of escort him inside and tell him I'm going to introduce you to my friend Benjamin and some of his friends.
All right.
And then walk through the door and, shout for Benjamin.
All right. Although I would say the any of the other, like Benjamin is probably the scariest one to introduce the kid to out of everyone in there. But all right, yeah. So Benjamin kind of comes along, and again, like Lewis, he was like Lewis is always kind of there at the door, just keeping watch, as it were. And yeah. Oh, go on.
And is the pastor around?
Yeah, he's there too, just kind of sitting there.
Sort of flag him over.
All right. So yeah, Lewis is already there at the door. He's on his way, and the pastor, he's pretty close, so he just starts coming over there. He sees you with the kid, wondering what's going on, and of course Lewis is, as always, he's looking kind of like he's always looking scared and nervous, like it's his first day all the time. But yeah, they no one's hostile. They just want to know what's going on.
Well, gentlemen, this is my this is my fellow contractor's little brother. We still need to go find their parents. I would like for him to have sanctuary here for a little while and chill out. Just for a while. And I'd look down at Ricky and say, these are my friends.
All right, yeah, Ricky is again, stranger danger. He's scared to talk to anyone, but just kind of nods. And so now I'm gonna do a little check for something real quick, like when it comes to Benjamin. All right. So yeah, like as Benjamin's coming over, he's like even as you're introducing, he's got like a flask with him, and he just kind of he's just casually kind of taking his flask, unscrewing it, and you see him, he's gonna kind of do a little something, kind of like dab some out on his hand, and as he as he gets over to you, he's going to he's gonna look at the kid and at you, and then he's gonna just kind of take some of whatever he put from the flask on his hand. He's just gonna just very casually, like not even asking, just gonna kind of reach out and touch the kid's forehead, just watching and taking a look, and it's just like it looks like water, and he kind of nods, and he nods to everyone else that he's clean, and yeah, he says, "All right, we'll take care of him."
And I'd look down at Ricky and say, "The pastor here, the padre, and his friends are going to take care of you for a while me and your sister go look for your parents. Please behave for them. They're nice people."
All right, yeah, the little kid, he's again gonna take a look back out there at Iris, and then back at all these strangers, but yeah, he's just gonna slowly nod, and he's gonna go along with that. He's gonna ask, like, please, to find his mom and dad. Like, it's important. It's really important for his sister too. It's really important for Iris too. It's he really wants if you're here to help, he really wants the help. He really wants them to be okay.
We're going to try as hard as we can. We're going to go look for them right now. You just hang out here with my friends, and don't let them feed you any of the crappy food in the fridge. They got good food.
All right.
And then I just sort of turn around and start walking back towards the Iris.
All right. Business taken care of. Unless you wanted to... well, I mean, there's so many things. Like, there's also still Bill, the matter of Bill, but
that I currently cannot handle right now.
Yeah. All right. And just as an aside here, Drumstick in the chat. Like, what if he met John? It's like, hey kid, want some awesome superpowers?
If we ever play D&D together, Drumstick, you're always walking point.
Chaotic evil all the way. It's Johnny Evil Guy.
So all I heard was not Asian lawful evil, which is the best kind of evil.
Oh man. All right. Let me take a quick sip of my mountain shouting and prepare for the next scene. Generic. All right. So, all right, your business in the church is handled. Ricky is safe for now, presumably, and Bill is still going to be down there in the basement. So, back to Iris, and Iris is again looking very introspective right about now, standing by the car.
And I take it I sort of noticed this.
Well, you can wits and composure and see if you notice it. Oh, leave it to the dice. Trust in dice. Praise dice. All right. So, yeah, you are gonna notice this. Your character is noticing that she does. She looks a little bit. Yeah, she's thinking about something real hard.
Sort of say, "Aye, Cat, we gotta do shit. You gotta focus."
Yeah, so she's gonna, nod and, get in the car. So, getting in the car now, but she's gonna say, like, looking over at the church, like, those, those people, they might give Ricky some bad ideas. He might, she's kind of worried about leaving him with the church folk.
Benjamin will behave himself. I'd say Benjamin and his boys, but there ain't many of them left. And besides, it is the pastor's church. He does respect the pastor. It'll be okay.
Yeah, see, she's still, you can tell, she still remembers the last time that she had an encounter with these people, and it wasn't, the slightly rapey encounter. So, yeah, she's just a little bit apprehensive about leaving a kid with them, but...
We also don't have a whole lot of choices at the moment, Iris.
Yeah, she's gonna recognize that. So yeah, she's gonna pull off and get you going to your destination, which the destination, so like what she figures is that because her folks lived out in the suburbs, on the other side of town, like on the more south side of town, so whatever happened, since it all seemed to kind of happen at once, she kind of gets an idea that you can probably follow the main road leading out from the suburbs to, through town, and they're probably going to be, like, if they can find them, they'll probably be at the tail end of this, like probably even away from the main swarm from the city. So maybe there's a chance. You know, she's kind of grasping at straws there, but maybe there's a chance that you could find her folks there.
We'll see. There's a real narrow chance. Let's just see.
All right. So let me do a drive check as usual. Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, as you're driving, and she's gonna kind of get out of this rural area and go back to the city, like going back into the city now, and go ahead and give a wits and composure, and let's see what your character notices as you're just perusing through the city, just going through town. You don't notice too much. And just real quick, Drumstick was saying it's a long session. It's not that long of a session, not really, not yet. But as for Drumstick, like, okay, Drumstick, let me tell you right now. So your character, like, you're probably not gonna get a solo session, and it's because of where your character is in the story. Like, you are literally like in a demon warded torture chamber. There's not really a whole lot of options for your character, and I have really big plot plans for you. You'll come into play, and you'll have a lot to do on Saturday, but I don't really have anything for you leading up to that. But I will give you EXP. Like, you'll get like half the EXP of this session, just so you'll get something out of this. That's what I'll say to Drumstick.
Right now, Drumstick, you just sort of get to stew in the rape dungeon in the pimp mask.
Yeah, just enjoy being poked and prodded by a bunch of vampire scientists, basically, and mages. But yeah, that's where John is at. So anyway, so yeah, going into town, your character's not going to notice too much out of the ordinary. I mean, the only thing you're going to notice, if anything, is that it's surprisingly vacant in town. Although, here and there, as you're driving along, you are gonna see like a stray, like maybe one or two people just kind of hobbling along in one direction down the street. And of course, Iris is kind of taking a look out and seeing if she recognizes any of them. But otherwise, you just kind of keep driving slowly past all of that.
Just keep rolling.
All right. So, all right, we'll keep going till something of notice happens. And since your character has the best wits composure, well, let's see. Yeah, he wouldn't recognize them, but you can help out. Like, combined together, you can like help to spot people that along the road, like maybe point them out. So we'll go with that.
0 again. Oh, it's so hot.
All right. Well, I'm gonna so meta. I'm gonna say that like because like as you get closer to this thing, it's gonna get more dangerous the closer you're getting to this swarm. So
oh yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna give it like 3 turns worth of observation of wits composure checks, and then it's like no, it's too dangerous. You have to turn around, unless you want to keep going. That is. So that was I guess so far we're on like 1 check leading up to it. So now we're gonna go. Iris is gonna be looking out. So let's see if she notices anything this turn. Nope. So I guess just lots of it's getting a little thicker. More people further along you're going, but you're not really noticing anything. So that last roll, yeah, that last wits composure, 1 more turn, and it looks like you might have something, maybe. So yeah, like as you're going, this crowd, it's getting thicker, and like okay, because that was your wits composure. On top of that, so you're gonna start noticing that further up, like you're getting to the highway now, like you're kind of on the highway proper now, and again the highway is just lots of cars with open doors, and like I mean almost zombie apocalypse, but no, without the zombies. But yeah, like it's just lots of empty vehicles and some people kind of shambling forward with blank eyes. in one direction towards Atlanta, and it's getting like the swarm is getting thicker up ahead. But as you're not quite there yet, but you're noticing in the groups now of stragglers, Iris, she's really staring into the crowd, and she kind of points as she's driving slowly. She points and says, "There, I think that's them." She thinks she notices them.
Okay, I would tell her to try to get ahead of them and like block them with the car. Pull sideways.
All right, so okay, like let's get this down here. So what's your plan exactly to handle this situation? So you want to get in front of them with the car, okay, but then what? Like what's the plan here?
She's physically stronger than me. I know this.
Yep.
She needs to. She needs to basically just bitch slap her parents unconscious so we can put them in the back of the car and then get away from this shit show, and then I can duct tape them, and then we'll figure it the fuck out.
All right. So okay, we'll say, of course you're gonna share the plan there. So here's Iris's objection: is there's two of them, and while she is much stronger, she probably can't handle both of them at the same time. Like she can't apprehend both of them at the same time. That might get a little bit tricky.
Oh Jesus! Which one do you want me to take then?
All right, so well, she'll probably go for since he is the physically stronger one, she'll go for her father. But leave the mother. Maybe you can help to kind of subdue her.
Okay, I'll go with that.
All right, let's see how badly this goes. So okay, first off, drive check to make sure everything's good, and I'll do Iris's drive here. Which her drive really isn't that good, but it's coming through. It's coming through. So, all right, she quickly gets the car, like positions it, like her parents are kind of in a swarm. Well, not a swarm, but like a small group. Like there's a small group, and so there are some more of them, but her parents, like they can kind of be isolated. So what I'm gonna say is the car swerves around, kind of, the doors facing them, and overall, let me do an overall check for something real quick. Okay, so yeah, the parents, they're noticing this, and they don't seem to know quite what to make of it. They're not attacking. It's more like they're gonna start trying to go around the car. Like everyone is in go forward mode right now. So okay, car successful maneuver. So now it comes down to getting out of the car and to basically grappling the both of them quickly and efficiently. So I guess go ahead and we'll say that both of these things are happening at the same time, but let's do your roll first. So you're gonna try to grapple the mom and get a hold on her. So standard grapple check. You have 2 dice with your penalty.
Now would be the time I want to use a point of willpower.
All right. Yeah, 5. Okay, 5 dice. All right. So let me do and it's always going to be contested. So let me roll that. All right. No contest. So yeah, as beat up as William is, you hop out of the car really quick and just, Iris pointed him out to you. So you go straight for the mom, who's a small woman, small older woman, and you just you grapple, you just wrestle her down, you get a handle on her, and she's not really fighting back all that hard. It's more like just like she seems to just really want to keep walking, and you're getting in the way of that. But no, you've got a hold on her, so you can now move her, and
I'd start dragging her back towards the car.
All right. So in the same turn, I have to do a check, and let's see if Iris has as much luck. So let's see her strength and brawl, and yeah, now would definitely be the time for willpower there. So let's see if she can get a handle on things. All right, contested. Okay. Yeah, so Iris has with her father, who is actually kind of big. She has some luck with that. So she does have luck. She manages to kind of to get a hold on him very carefully, and yeah, she starts dragging him back to the car as well. And again, neither of them are like they're not trying to fight. It's more like they really want to just they want to get away so they can keep on going wherever they were going. So a little resistance, but not too much.
Okay, how close am I to being back by the car?
All right. Well, I'm assuming here because it was move and action, so yeah, you can move back to the car and do an action in the same turn. I'm assuming it was a very tight maneuver to
Oh,
kind of
yes,
like
yes,
yeah,
yes.
to get right up to them.
Um, I want to root around in my murder bag and grab the duct tape.
All right. So duct tape time. All right. So what do you want to do with the duct tape?
Just duct tape the hands. You know, like behind or in front, I don't care. Couple turns of duct tape around them, and then basically like just a couple rolls around the midriff to hold the arms in place.
All right. Well, okay. So how I'm gonna calculate this real quick is it's gonna be dexterity plus crafts to I guess to craft improvised restraints. +1 because of the duct tape because it's a tool. -1, so it's gonna just be your raw skill. So 6. That's pretty good. Six dice to see if you can pull this off. All right. And again, they're not really fighting back any, so okay. Yeah, you successfully craft duct tape restraints. You got duct tape restraints. So, okay, they're handled. They're squirming around, but yeah, they are under control in the back of the car now. And so while all this has been going on, let me just I was kind of gonna do another little check for a thing real quick. All right. You're getting very lucky on a certain other thing happening. So okay, you got him in the car. You're good. You're all good.
Iris got her dad in the car then?
Yep. They are all. We'll assume she. Now that she's got a very good hold on him. So we'll assume that like you help out with that. You kind of. I was gonna do like the roll all in one. So it's you've been duct taping everybody.
Everybody is duct taped.
Yeah, duct tape for everybody.
Let's get the fuck out of here, Iris, right now, right now.
All right, let's drive. Let's see how the rolls come up on that. Very man, she really like she only has 4 dice of drive. That's really not that much, but it's coming through. So okay, yeah, she very quickly just slams on the gas and gets just turns the car around and gets the fuck out of there. And surprisingly, none of the swarm. Like you were very quick. Like that whole maneuver was very fast, and you didn't make that much noise. So no one really noticed William. So that's good. That's very very good. Um. So yeah, you're back on the road. I'm assuming going back to the church then.
Yep, and now I have to think of a good way to bluff this shit past them.
Oh man. So okay, since the drive check is good and it's not that far out, let's go ahead and let's advance time. It's gonna be, overall, it's gonna be getting near like 11 o'clock now by the time you get back to the church. So, all right, you're finally coming back around to the church, and again, it's as you left it. So no wits composure necessary there. But so you're Iris parks. You got 2 squirming parents tied up in the back, and she's kind of just has a look on her face like fuck. But yeah, so what does William want to do here?
Do I notice this look? Do I need a roll to notice this look?
What you don't have to roll to notice it. Like it's pretty obvious. This is one of those situations where you kind of you get it.
I'd sort of look at her and say, "Yeah, no fucking shit." Stay here for a minute. I don't want your brother to see this. I'm gonna have the pastor or one of Benjamin's men chill with him in the kitchen and keep the door shut.
Yeah, best not to send the child into a panic. So okay, yeah, she's gonna agree there. Uh, Again, she doesn't like leaving people with the church folk, but she'll go along with it because she recognizes something needs to be done here.
Well, I'm walking into the church then. Fuck.
All right, so wits and composure to see what you see. All right, so on the inside, again, it's Lewis is just he's always guarding that door. He looks very tired though, but he's guarding the door, um, and he lets you in. And the pastor, the pastor is just kind of like the pastor's just kind of there on the sitting amongst the pews, and you're gonna see Benjamin's nowhere to be seen, but you can see Ricky is just like he looks like he's maybe taking a nap on the pew on the bench. So that's what's in there.
Okay. I sort of want to go find Benjamin.
All right. So again, no one's gonna stop you. So you want to go? He's, I guess the obvious place to look for him would be in the basement.
Indeed, that's right where I'm gonna head.
All right. So yeah, down in the basement, and no rolls necessary, because you know your way around down there. But yeah, so in the basement, you're gonna find Benjamin pretty quick, and he's just kind of taking stock and maybe doing some things with all of the fun stuff that you brought from Bill's place. And he's also what he's doing is he's whittling a steak. He's whittling some steaks. He's actually got a couple. There's actually quite a few steaks just along the walls. It looks like they're always ready for pretty much everything.
Well, I'd sort of say, hey, Benjamin, I'm back and I'm not dead.
Yeah,
Eh,
he's gonna look over there and say, "Well, that's actually quite a surprise. You're still you. I thought you wouldn't. With your soft heart, wasn't sure you'd make it this far. Good job, William."
One of these days, after all of this shit is over, you and me gonna have words.
Always gonna have those words. Always.
Is there a side door to the basement here, Benjamin?
No, the basement. So like he just kind of shakes his head. There's no side access to the basement. What it used to be was just a kind of a bunker like for nuclear fallout, but doesn't really have a back door of any kind.
Well, okay. I need your help with some, let us say, packages upstairs. I
Hmm.
also need to go talk to the pastor real quick.
All right. Yeah, he's kind of raising an eyebrow, but yeah, he's willing to help out. He kind of wonders. He thinks maybe it's more guns or something, but he's willing to help out with whatever you need to bring down here. And of course, the pastor. You can always talk to him. He doesn't own the pastor.
Well, I'd go upstairs before him then. Is Ricky still napping?
Yep, he's just napping, and the pastor's kind of right there next to him.
I I'm at an impasse here. I don't want to wake him up and ask questions, but I don't know if we can move them in being quiet enough.
Well, however you want to proceed with it.
I just asked the pastor. We found their parents, but they're in a bad state, much like my friend. Try not
Ooh.
to let Ricky wake up. He doesn't need to see this.
All right, let's see. Let me just a little roll for something here. All right, oh yeah. So the pastor, he kind of he looks maybe like he's very nervous about this. There's he seems like he was already nervous about the idea of one exorcism, but now multiple. Like he seems like he's kind of sweating a little bit there. Um, but yeah, he just nods his head and he says that he speaks quietly, but he says he'll go ahead. It's he'll wake Ricky up because he has to wake him up to move him, but he'll just he'll maybe keep him busy with Lewis. Lewis is a very trustworthy man, and he'll just, he'll have Lewis keep an eye on him and keep him entertained in the kitchen for a while.
Okay, we only need about 10 or 15. Thank you, Pastor.
All right, yeah. So he's gonna go ahead and do that. What he's gonna do. He's gonna have Lewis. He's gonna kind of summon Lewis over. Who again, Lewis. He's always nervously looking out there, but yeah, he's gonna go ahead and holster his piece, and he's gonna listen to the pastor and go along with his plan. So he's just gonna take Ricky off into the kitchen and just keep him busy basically. So all right, so now pastor. So the pastor's free now, and of course Benjamin, while all this was going on, he was going out and he was kind of he's on his way out, like he's on his way out the door, and of course he's going over to Iris.
I'm following him now. Oh.
Yeah, I kind of figured like instantly. Yeah, keep an eye on him. Keep an eye. Because of course, like a man who's just sitting in his basement sharpening steaks, gotta keep an eye on him.
Yeah, this is gonna be an issue at some later date. I know. I know.
All right. So all right then. So you're gonna keep up. Pastor's gonna hang back, but yeah, you're gonna be catching up to Benjamin, who's taking his time. But yeah, Benjamin is just kind of staring Iris down, and it's sort of a mutual stare down. But yeah, he hears you coming, and he asks, so where's these things I need to get inside then?
They're in the back seat. You take the big one, I'll take the little one. 'Cause, yeah.
All right, let me real quick roll for things. All right. So yeah, Benjamin's gonna go around to the back, and you look down and see the two squirming people in there tied up with duct tape, and he's just shaking his head. But yeah, he's gonna look over back to you, like he's gonna open up the door and gonna start getting to it, but but he's gonna look over to you, and he's gonna say, "This, William, you sure you know what you're doing here? Are you sure? Are you really sure we can handle all of this? Are you sure? I mean, you know how I feel about once people have been tainted by these things, it's best to it's best to just put them. I mean, they're not going to be they're not going to be all right after this."
Like I said, on the small scale, we're just gonna put them with Bill for now. On the broad scale, we'll have to figure some shit out.
All right.
Right now, let's just get them downstairs.
Okay. Well, since again they're tied up, it's no contest to get them inside. But now I'm gonna do a little check for things real quick. Just some rolls for other events. Okay, let's see. So as you're gonna be doing that, and Benjamin's gonna be taking the father in, you got the mother. So Iris is gonna start walking behind, and she's gonna say, "No, I'm not going to leave them with him. I'm gonna come in there. I know, but I'm coming in there. I'm not letting them out of my sight around him."
No, you're fucking not coming in.
Ooh, you're gonna have to talk her down from that.
These men are already really shifty about me calling in this favor for this to happen.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to give me a manipulation persuasion. I will give you a +1 because you've got some conviction in you, but you're gonna have to persuade.
Ooh. Wait, so I get so I'm back up to 3 dice then?
Yep, back up to your normal 3.
I'm thinking about whether or not I want to use willpower. I'm sorry.
Well, you're kind of running low on that willpower.
Yeah, I know, but this is also a very important moment. Yeah, fuck it, just 3 dice. This will be fine.
All right.
God wills it.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay. So, all right, and it's gonna be so that's good, but she's got a lot of the determination as well. So let me do a counter roll. It's gonna be a counter resolve composure roll. Ooh, we are at an impasse here. So I'll put it down to a singular dice roll. One dice roll, tiebreaker. Here we go. Oh my god, it's a tie again.
Are you fucking me?
Two
God damn
and
it.
two. All right, one more. Oh, yeah. So Iris, she's not. No, she's just shaking her head, and no, she says, no, she's not fucking letting her whole family, her entire mortal family. She is not like she knows that that they are gonna like. She knows they would have no problem putting her parents down. If, you know, like if they're possessed. Like she's not leaving them alone. Like she's not gonna argue that. She's not gonna let that happen.
God damn it. You're stretching out what favor I have left here.
Oh, the dice roll. So now it's gonna come down to another roll. It's gonna come down to another roll for a thing, and let's just see what happens with this. Let's just see what happens with this one. Well, okay. So yeah, again, like as you're kind of taking the parents inside, and so is Benjamin. Benjamin, of course, is gonna hear all of this, and so he's gonna keep his cool though, but he's not saying a whole lot. But he's gonna turn around and look to Iris, and he's looking at Iris, then at you, and says, "Why not? We already got a bunch of demons in here. Why not? Let's add one more. If she does anything, you know I'm ready."
I'm very aware of that. Let's get them downstairs.
All right, so to the basement, to the torture dungeon. I mean, the possession recovery room.
Fortress of Solitude.
All right, so
Wait, wrong thing.
all right, so so okay, everyone, you know, since there's no contest, everyone's gonna you're gonna be able to get them down in the basement, and they're gonna get their own special shackles down there. And let me just do another. So I got to do another roll for a thing as all of this is happening. And just as an aside, I love it. Drumsticks, like man, this is tabletop. They'd make the best movies. That's what we're doing here. Like, come on, someone adapt it to a movie. Why not? You got the
Well,
screenplay right here.
well, they did try to make a World of Darkness TV series. It was just before its time.
Oh yeah, man. I aside the fucking well, I mean like the Kindred the Embrace show, like that was oh my god, was that terrible. But
My little white girl roommate loves that fucking show, though, dude.
I don't understand how anyone can love that show. It's like I love Vampire the Masquerade, but like the show just fucked it up. Just fucked it completely fucked it up. Uh
I think it's one of those hashtag just little white girl things, dude.
uh
It's a nerd girl thing, apparently. Like
of course.
I had to dig especially for it on a torrent site for her, and she was ecstatic that I found it.
Man, I won't understand it. I just won't. But anyway, so okay, I was just doing a little roll there for a thing. So all right, as you're going down in here, and you know, of course, Benjamin's there. The pastor. So the pastor is kind of following along, and the pastor is maybe understandably very nervous around Iris, who. So since the pastor's not an active combatant, he probably wasn't involved with any of that stuff, but he probably knows the deal. Like he knows what's going on here, and he's always like he seems to really not like getting too close to Iris as you're kind of going down to the basement.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just trying to hump her mom down the fucking stairs, dude.
Oh
I
man.
can only imagine how many staples I have split open since waking up this afternoon.
Man, it's like, it like, again, another aside, like, man, when it comes to that aggravated damage, like, god damn, that aggravated damage does not heal quick. It's like that is the real damage right there, and you are on a threshold right now. uh
Yeah, I know. I'm super punk rock. I regret nothing.
all right. So, okay, of course you get down to the basement. Everyone is shackled up in rooms side by side. So you got Bill, you got the parents. They're all chained up in their own little cells. So that's all
Okay.
good. So what does
And is
William?
are we just sort of we're just standing around then?
Yeah, just making sure that they're safely chained up. That's everyone's just kind of, there's just sort of an awkward, nervous silence going on right now.
I just sort of slump back against the wall and look over at Iris and say, "What's your game plan after this?"
All right, so she kind of, after this, and she's kind of thinking on that. Well, after her parents are okay again, yeah, after that, well, she wants to probably get them as far the fuck away from this town as possible. But beyond that, like with everything that's going on, she doesn't even know the extent of what's going on right now.
This is also one of the reasons I didn't want you to just hang out here, Iris. I wanted you to talk to your employers and see if you could get more information. Anything at all.
All right, so
Because
well, to get a perfectly straight answer here, gonna need a little grease that with some of that manipulation persuasion. I see the track you're on, but issues always. Yeah,
rolling two goddamn dice, just
yeah.
squishy human things.
Just squishy, puny human dice. Uh, so yeah. Like Iris sees where you're going with this, but yeah. So she just kind of, she thinks for a moment, but she seems fairly straightforward when she says that whatever's going on, even she couldn't get, like, she handed, she kind of goes back to, she handed that certain individual off to her boss, because she doesn't want to talk too much around these guys. But she says that above him, she doesn't know what's going on, and furthermore, like, she's not getting any information either. Like, nobody's talking about anything, not even to her right now.
Do you have? Well, let's be frank with about this. This has to have something to do with what happened at the mall. A lot of these people are acting just the same way. They're acting the same way as the first people I met that brought me into your employer's purview.
All right, let me do a little roll for a thing here. All right. So yeah, Iris is just gonna, she's again, doesn't want to talk too much around all these people, but she's gonna be pretty straight with one thing. She's gonna just tell you right here, right now. She's just gonna come out and say that John, if they got to John.
Not really surprised. That would explain a lot, in fact.
Yeah, she says, whatever John knew about all of this, they know it now. And she kind of looks around nervously, and she says, if she had to guess, since they all know now, they're probably going straight for the central office, as it were.
But at some point, that's going to go bad. Your employers are very powerful, but that's a huge horde of people we saw on the highway, and that was basically just the tip. That you cannot move an entire mid-sized town without it popping up in someone's view.
All right.
At some point, federal letter agencies of some sort are going to take notice.
Okay, so you're being persuasive, so I'll give you a +1, so you're back to 3 dice. Give me that manipulation persuasion to get a straight proper answer. Oh, you're doing it. You're doing it. All right. Yeah, so that's a lot of compelling, a very compelling statement there. And Iris kind of, she's gonna just, again, looking very nervous there, but she's gonna say that she knows all of that. And again, what, she knows, she's a little more straightforward now, but what she's saying is that the higher ups, the board of directors, and she's being very vague there. She says that as she's looking over at Benjamin and all of them, but she says that whatever's going on, they are purposefully keeping it under wraps, and they want it to happen. Whatever's happening, they seem to want it to happen.
But that doesn't make any sense. If this has to do with what happened at the mall or anything like that, they about moved heaven and goddamn earth to put us there, to stretch everything, and an emergency to just throw us there and hope for us to stop that. What the fuck could be their angle?
All right, so let's see. Again, another manipulate. You got to go deeper. Another manipulation persuasion with the bonus. Let's see if you can get to the heart of the matter.
No, Frank.
Yeah, so Iris is she's kind of deflecting a little bit, but like the only thing she's gonna give you is that they wanted the painting, and she's looking over at Benjamin, and everything inside of it, she kind of says, that's what they wanted, and they've got that. Saving the town, that's not even they don't even think about that. They don't care about anyone except for themselves. So that's all she's gonna say there. Is she doesn't know, but she's got ideas.
And I understand they're only out for themselves, Iris. But again, if a whole mid-sized town starts moving towards a major metro area, Atlanta's a pretty goddamn big, bustling place. How can they hide it? Someone is going to start asking questions. And they don't have their hands in every pocket, do they? Do they?
Yeah.
So what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Yeah, again, she it's like at this point it's over her head, but like all she seems to know, like as far as she knows, these people can do just about anything. As far as she knows anyway. But as for what you can do, yeah, she doesn't really have many good ideas on that, but she is gonna say that that individual, John, she dropped him off with Ellison, and Ellison took him back to central office. So
in Atlanta.
Yeah. So whatever's going on, yeah, she has a very, very sinking suspicion that John might be at the middle of it.
I'm gonna look over at Benjamin and say, how do you feel about going on a road trip?
So Benjamin, like first off, like as he's kind of overhearing all this, he's gonna say, wait a minute. Wait a minute. John, you mean that nerd. You mean wait, I put so many bullets in it, like he was dead. There's no way. He was dead.
Really, Benjamin, you hunt goddamn vampires and monsters, and you're surprised about fucking somebody not dying? You can't be that surprised. There's spooky shit going on here.
Yeah, Benjamin, he's looking not happy at all about that. And he's just thinking. He says, yeah, I knew it. Next time I see that little motherfucker, I'm gonna put a bullet right through his brain twice.
Only if I'm too goddamn slow.
All right, so yeah, he's on board. He is on board, but he's also again a little maybe not so on board with going along with Iris, because he's just now overhearing this conspiracy bullshit going on. He doesn't quite know what to make of that.
And I sort of look over at Iris because I really don't know if she's going to come yet. She doesn't want to leave her fucking folks here. I'd ask her the same thing. Are you up for a fucking road trip? Because don't give me any bullshit about, you can or you've already made it pretty apparent to me through your actions that you don't like what the corporation does and you're not much up for their whole big secret fucking club bullshit.
All right, let me do a little roll real quick for a thing. All right. So yeah, Iris is she's thinking on it, and she doesn't really like she doesn't like the whole idea of leaving her family with these people. She doesn't really like Benjamin too much either. But she's kind of coming around, and you can tell that she sort of she wants some resolution to this, and also she recognizes that whatever's going on, it's probably not going to be good for the people of Georgia, and which includes her parents. So she wants to she wants to fix this. She's willing to go along with it, even if it would cause some problems, shall we say.
Excellent.
All right, so you got everyone on board. So what does William want to do now that he's rallied the troops?
Iris, how secure is central office?
All right, well, okay, yeah. For absolutely straight answers, you're gonna need to get some manipulation persuasion here, just to see how straight the answer is.
2 dice master race, come on.
Oh, there you go. The low roll hero. All right. So, yeah, Iris, again, she doesn't like talking about all this, but she seems to be coming around to the idea of maybe opening up a little bit about it. So, yeah, she goes ahead and says the central office, it's a skyscraper back in Atlanta. It's probably one of the taller buildings in the city now, and there's a company, and she doesn't want to get too into it, but she says there's it looks like a standard corporate headquarters, but the whole building, it's got some very fancy sunproof windows on it, and the whole thing is just there are hundreds of her kind at any given time in that office, and there's an extensive basement below it, and what you're looking for is probably in the basement underneath. It's on one of the floors beneath the building, probably. That's where John is, most certainly.
Okay. I sort of lean back and think about it. Oh, and in all this stress and excitement, I have something to tell you about John, too.
Ooh, here we go.
Y'all may want to hear it.
Ooh, the reveal.
Before our little run around in the forest, me and him, the reason it happened was I took a shot at his Russian friend. Stopped him about cold. I go to swivel to tap him, and my shotgun explodes. Just straight explodes in my goddamn hands. And then I try to run off. My hands are buzzing, my chest is buzzing, and then my bag on my back explodes. And I'm so lucky that didn't go worse. And I sort of have a feeling he had something to do with that. Now, Iris, Benjamin, since you're in now clearly opposite lines of work, but deal with such things, do you think John could have been responsible for that?
Ooh. So, yeah, the two of them, like Iris is, she's thinking on it, and she maybe has something to say there. Benjamin, he's pretty straightforward, and Benjamin, he says he's never seen anything like that. He's never run into, he's run into demons, before, but he's never run into any sort of thing like that. Iris maybe knows something, but again, she doesn't seem to want to maybe a little reluctant to speak. So let's see how good you are at persuasion. Let's see how that manipulation persuasion goes down. And
two dice master race.
Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Nice.
Fuck me, okay.
So yeah, Iris, takes her a second, but she says that people. She looks over at Benjamin and she says, people like him probably wouldn't have run into this before, and personally, she hasn't run into it either. But she knows that things like that, fire is power over fire, and things like that. That's not standard demon abilities. That's something that only the most strongest, the archdemons, can do. And it said John. So she knows John was not possessed before, but whatever happened in the mall, as far as she can guess, whatever happened in the mall when John fell through that gate, he didn't get possessed, but something happened to him, and the things he's doing, that might be an archdemon, might have some kind of influence over him beyond any sort of possession that she's even aware of. But again, she's no expert.
Well, that's more information than I had before. At least it's good to know that something else is amiss about that gentleman. Well, y'all, I guess we better really sit down and start planning for this road trip and digging through the party favors I brought from Bill. And maybe see about getting a proper vehicle.
All right. So you got your plans, and now, before we go to the planning, there's one more moral choice to make before it's over. And so, okay, like as you all, everyone's gonna be preparing, but as you're doing that, Iris is gonna kind of get you aside, because she's been noticing some things, and she's been sitting on something for a while, in her head, just thinking on something. So Iris is gonna pull you aside for a minute as everyone's preparing.
Okay, what do you want, Iris?
All right, so Iris, she's noticed how you look like you look like you're about to just die at any moment. She says that while her employers wanted her to do something to you, she doesn't want to do that. But she says that if what's going on, like what is going on, what's gonna happen, like there's a very, very good chance that everyone might die, and in your current state, you might not be able to go through with it. And she gives you a very serious proposition here that perhaps she can help you to maybe get some of your strength back. It would be risky, but she wanted to offer it.
I know what you're talking about. I did a little bit of research of my own. You basically want to do whatever your employers are doing to that fellow that was driving the van the day we met. The fellow that looked and acted like a fucking heroin junkie.
Yes, she so like real quick though, she's gonna kind of interject that no, she doesn't want to do that. She would not do that to someone, because she's more in touch with humanity, as it were. But she no, she just wants to offer it, and it has power. It has some control of its own. But if you seem like a strong person, you might be able to fight it. And she has no will to do anything to you, so that might help. But she doesn't want you to go into this about to drop dead. She's very seriously concerned, and this might be the only way.
You say something else. Explain.
All right, so what she's offering here is she's saying that her, the blood, as her employer, you overheard her employers talk about that. Yes, it has the power to enslave mortal minds, but that's because that's what they want. They want it to happen. Now, she doesn't want that to happen, So if you can resist it, she thinks that maybe you won't turn out like all the, all those blood junkies, as it were. Maybe you can fight it, but your chances of making it through this alive in one piece right now are not looking very good. They're not looking like anything right now. Even she can see that.
You know, if I suddenly start perking up, these gentlemen are going to be rather suspicious. We're already on very thin ice as it is.
Yeah, she kind of realizes they're gonna have some words no matter what, and she has her suspicions that things are not gonna end happily no matter what. But she's putting an offer out there. That's what she's doing. She just wants to offer it, and she thinks things are not looking good right now. However things go.
Let's just plan what we're doing right now because it's already too late to move tonight. We can't drive to Atlanta before the sun comes up or even do a sometime mission like we did with the mall. We need a day to plan and gather some materials we don't have in a vehicle. I'll get back to you on game day.
Yeah, she's again, she's gonna accept that, but you can tell she thinks you're probably gonna die. Uh, and but she just nods and goes along with it, and she says that she hopes that we even have till nightfall. Whatever's going on, it's, they are slow moving, but something big is gonna happen, and it's gonna happen very soon.
Always a rush timetable, I know.
All right, so with that, I think that's a good spot there. It's been 3 hours, but yeah, I think we'll leave it the next one. The next you can do a little planning pre-game next time, but I think that's a good spot. You more or less kind of solved all the problems, as it were, the non like apocalyptic problems. You got those out of the way. You did good on that without a single shot fired.
And I'm bringing people together apparently. Holy shit.
Yeah, all the companions and the extra, well, not all the companions, but most of them, on the quote unquote good side, Team Good Guys has been formed now. However shaky that team might be. The only thing is, like, you didn't run into John's friends, but that's for the better probably right now.
Yeah, no fucking shit.
Yeah, so I think, you know what, I think you did good. I'm surprised that, like, there were a couple of so now we're in the debrief here. There were a couple of moments where you, like, because I was doing some rolls in the background, like the swarm, they could have noticed you if you'd been any slower.
Yeah, my asshole at a meta level was the size of a fucking piece of pencil lead. I was super worried then.
Yeah, and it's the same with, like, the guy in the house, the guy outside the house. Like, the thing is that, like, if the dice had rolled any differently, you could have had several fights on your hands that could have gotten messy, especially when you had the kid along with you too. It's just, yeah, the dice could have rolled very differently than they did, but that's the fun of it. That's you came out really on top that game.
Oh yeah, I was saving me dying for Saturday.
Yeah. So man, and I love it. Drumstick, yeah, I love this whole setup here going on. Like, I love it. Drumstick wants to take Benjamin down so bad, like, wants to drag him back to hell. Like, now I'm just imagining in my head, like, just John and Benjamin just getting in a fucking duel over a fucking hellmouth, and they just both just drag each other in there. That would be a climactic way to end it, but I have other plans in mind.
I also see Benjamin riding Drumstick like the bomb from Doctor Strangelove into the hell portal.
Well,
you underestimate how ridiculously badass that Gary Sue Redneck is, Drumstick.
Oh yeah. Like, and that's another thing. I gotta, yeah. Like, Benjamin he's pretty fucking badass. He was always meant to sort of a contingency plan to help out, especially newer players to the game. But you know what? This season finale here, it might be. Well, of course, it depends how the dice roll, but it might be his time. Who knows?
Am I gonna get your Tempest Thales killed?
Well, there's a lot. Oh man, there's so many ways that you could get everyone killed this time around, but yeah, there's a lot of so and also I'm kind of setting it up here, so like whatever's going on, and this is another reason why I didn't want to do a solo session with Drumstick, because John as a character who is now, John is barely even John anymore. He's gonna be doing some things maybe in the background while he's even getting tortured. Things are being set in motion, and we'll see how that all plays out Saturday. We'll see. I was even tempted, I was even tempted to, I was like, maybe I kind of threw it down to like an off-screen dice roll, but like your character while they were recovering, while they were like, in that, fucking near coma recovery state, like there was one thing could have happened, left it down to a dice roll off camera, and it's like, you could have had like John could have, like Demon John could have like given you some weird dream sequence, right? Like taunting you all the way from his torture chamber.
I hated that level of Max Payne, you motherfucker. You know the one I'm talking about.
Oh man. But all right. So yeah, it looks like everything's in a good place. Team good guys, team evil guys not so much. Like as for Victor and Arthur, who knows what the fuck they're up to? Probably off getting high, who knows. But no, the shit has gotten real. The next game is going to be a very important game. It's going to be it's going to be a game changer. It's things are going to happen here, and it's probably going to leave a permanent scar on the campaign one way or the other.
Someone's going to die. Somebody's going to fucking die.
Oh yeah. And it's in a major city, so there's all kinds of other issues. But
oh yeah, I get to drive a fucking snowplow through the side of a vampire fortress. I'm really looking forward to this.
All right, so everybody, Anus is prepared, and also I hope as an aside, I hope that audio issues were better. I heard Drumstick say that he heard a noise early on, but I don't know. I thought I had that under control with the ferrite bead on the second monitor, but apparently it might be the second monitor that's doing it. I don't even know how that works, but I'm hoping to get that sorted out before any real epic stuff happens. So there's no ear rape going on. And that Drumstick, he's already planning. He's already he's curling his mustache, his villain stash. He's already, he's going for that.
My body is ready regardless.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, thanks for showing up. Thanks, audience, for watching. All one person and Drumstick. Thanks for all that. See you next time. Have a good night. Bye.